You shoot me down, but I won't fall. Ding, ding, bang, ding, ding. I don't know the words. Fuck it. Oh, 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 oh. What does the fox say? You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I don't know any words. Oh, 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 shit. What does the fox say? That's so gross. You shoot me off.
Boo Boo Bear Bungalows. Boo Boo Bear Bungalows.
I hate to start broadcasting. I hope that's not really broadcasting.
Boo Boo Bear Bungalows. It is broadcasting.
Singing. My baloney has a first name. S-H-O-M-E-R. My baloney has a...
Did you bring a bulb?
Come on, Michael, I have a bulb. Come on.
I don't have a bulb.
I didn't have a bulb. Query, does it make the world work?
This is the pre-show to get it.
Fuck, dude, please don't. That quote was not from me, it's from the alternate where... Did you ever watch him?
It says 2 viewers, so...
Oh, who's watching this?
Yeah, this is the pre-show.
How come I feel like somebody's
Good job.
watching
Thanks for
me?
showing up to the pre-show. We're just getting ready right now to do the actual show.
I had a coffee that was this big. That big.
Oh, you chased away the viewers.
Good.
Job.
It shouldn't even be here. It's not time.
Well, the pre-show starts at 11:45.
Who to who?
That's how I've been promoting it all day.
To who?
The pre-show, if they show up and there's enough pre-showers, we can give away prizes.
They ain't gonna be going, god dang, god and darn.
It says 3 viewers, Mike.
Turn up. Go away.
It's already started. Don't tell them to go away.
We're not ready yet. Psych, stay, please.
Buy the expensive things, please.
God, fuck him.
Here, take this.
Thanks, what's that?
Boo, boo,
Someone
boo.
really did go away. I got rid of him.
Yeah, good job. We're
What
trying.
if that's our gimmick to promote, and then we get people, and then they get here, and then we kick them off?
We shun them.
I can't help the way I am. I have way too much caffeine today. You know how many coffees I had today? 2. I do.
Do we have people? Yeah, it says 3 watching.
How come I feel like somebody's watching me?
All right. Don't tell them to go away.
We're not ready yet. Psych, do you have energy? Are you ready?
I'm ecstatic. I feel great.
You said that you weren't.
I feel great, but someone, you know what?
What if that's our gimmick to promote, and then we get people, and then they get here, and then we kick them off?
Someone's already. It's right here. The post that I put in the board.
Someone posted something already?
Are you ready?
You know how many coffees I had today? Yes. I hope it's the same guy.
It better be. Yeah, it says 3 watching.
How come I feel like somebody's watching me?
Don't go away. We got 4 people watching.
We're not ready yet.
I don't know.
How do people find out about this?
I've been promoting it all week. That's how people have found out about this.
Where have you been promoting?
I feel great. I've been promoting it on message boards. I've been promoting it by email. Get off my hand. You're crushing my hand. No, you're really crushing my hand.
Why wouldn't you move it yourself?
You're in a piece of plastic shit. We need more lighting. We already got 5 viewers. All right.
Why are you playing it back so everyone
I'm not, okay?
Who's doing that?
It was just playing, all right? Damn it.
So earlier today, I was playing Sonic 2, and someone had modded it so you could play as Knuckles. Did you know if you play as Knuckles, Knuckles can climb the walls?
That's part of modding it to play as Knuckles.
You can completely bypass so much stuff. If you
Oh
just
my
play as
god.
This is our pre-show.
I mean, they're going to have to endure this for 9 more minutes.
How come I feel like somebody's touching me?
How's everybody doing? I'm trying to put headphones in my computer here.
Watch what I'm about to do to you. Your Skype open?
Yeah, my Skype's open. No, my Skype's not open. We've got 6 viewers already.
Hey, thanks for joining the pre-show. If you are watching the pre-show and you want to discuss something or have a certain topic you want to talk about, let us know! I'm all super hyped up!
The autism is strong in these 2.
Dude, I'm sending you a thing.
Yeah, it's not coming up, so looks like you just have to deal with it.
Come on, man. How come I feel like... So I actually have... I prepared. I have news stories.
Do you?
You.
Autism's drunk.
I ain't even making a joke.
All right. Once again, if you guys want to submit anything that you would like for us to discuss, any stories, spooky stories of your own, you can forward them to the email, or you can even put it right here in the comments for everyone. What are you doing?
I was watching the
Stop.
Angry Video Game Nerd earlier, and it's still the pre-show. There's time to finish it.
There is time.
Nah, I'm not going to do that. I can't stop it. All right, here we go.
You can't turn it off?
Dude, I told you, how much coffee did I have? I don't want to turn
This
it off.
big? Was that how big it was?
It was a big gulp of coffee.
A big gulp of coffee?
That's what it was.
No.
Yes, it was. I sent you the picture.
Why are you watching Soul to Soul videos?
Don't worry about that. Back to life.
Back to reality.
Sorry.
Talk about your tulpas.
What's that?
Tulpa is kind of like a was it like a golem? I
Do
guess.
we know this person?
No.
Hey, thank you for joining the chat. That's pretty cool. You're here early, and we appreciate that. What's a tulpas?
Tulpa. A tulpa's kind of like a I guess it's kind of like a golem.
Wait, how do you know that?
Shut up. A tulpa's kind of like a golem that you bring to life with entities of yourself or some shit like that. Like you scrape off some skin off your forehead or something, and it's a Jewish thing, I think. Isn't it a Jewish thing?
God.
What?
Why would it be that?
Why wouldn't it be that? Thanks for bumping the thread, guys.
Back to life. Back to reality. We need to do some kind of pre-show ritual.
Actually get our shit together. That should be the pre-show ritual.
I got it together.
How many stories do you have?
At least 7.
7?
Yeah.
That's it?
That's a lot.
That's not that much.
It's more than 2.
All right, let's say we spend 3 minutes per story. How many minutes is that?
7 minutes. Because what's wrong with you?
Well, we did graduate from our high school, so
You be dude,
that's 21 minutes.
Look what I got.
How? Oh my God. Okay, well you did good then.
No, these are all don't get confused. Those are subfolders for the individual stories, so really you're only looking at half.
No, it doesn't matter. It's fine.
All right. But what's this? Pig escape? Have you seen this picture of the pig jumping off the truck? Look. He lived.
He lived.
Oh fuck.
Because X.
I don't
is
adventure on
a
X.
cesspool
I don't know what X is.
of skinwalking tulpas.
What the fuck is a tulpas?
And of course the thing would close. Why wouldn't it?
So wow, because X is
Tulpas.
No, I like just skinwalking.
And what else is X? Oh, and Slenderman.
Speaking of which,
Yeah, which we do need to speak on tonight.
we will.
Will we?
Yeah.
Are we ready for this?
Ready for what?
We're not ready for this show.
You're
I
like
hope you
we're
know that.
professionals or something.
We're not.
I got a Slenderman story saved.
But is it like, oh hey, let's actually discuss Slenderman, or hey, let's tell them a Slenderman story they've probably read 8 times
Let's
already?
talk about the story and what we think about it.
Well, what about it?
Why are we gonna talk about it
Give
now?
me the story.
It's the pre-fucking show.
Well, you got me. All right, you got me. You got me, Chief. You got me, Cheese Man. You got it, Cheese Man.
Cheese man. Nice song, by the way. Yeah, you sure? God damn it, dude. We fucking stay in here like 3 hours a week. What was I gonna say? Nice song. You should record a song for the.
Talk about his proxies. It's timely.
I put the wrong link. So where's the link to
What
the actual
link?
stream?
Where are you trying to link
I
it?
linked to the wrong.
Yeah,
thing.
Yeah, good job. Thanks.
Oh well.
Thanks, buddy.
Hey, I tried.
Now all these people are gonna go to the wrong thing.
Yeah, they're gonna keep coming to this.
God damn it, Mike.
All right,
I thought you were gonna do a good job this time. I really did.
I
But
did.
then what did you do? You linked everybody to the wrong goddamn thing.
Where's the link?
Right there.
That's
That's
really
not it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You have to go to live events.
Oh, okay.
All right. Once you're in live events, you click right there.
Oh, we still have 4
Mute,
minutes.
mute your computer.
I muted a damn thing.
I think that's your mute button. I don't know where it is.
Wait, what did you push? I'll just do it over here.
Just hit that.
I got you.
Oh my God, you're taking so long.
London calling.
All right. Let's see. What can we talk about Dybbuk boxes? Does that interest you guys? Does Dybbuk
He
boxes?
said talk about his proxies. It's timely. See?
What?
He's got to be referencing Slenderman.
Yeah, of course he is.
It's topical and timely. Virus, what does that say? Virus install? Virus install. Thank you for joining.
That's actually pretty. That's a fun, awesome name. Virus install.
Yeah.
Did you just get it,
Dude.
really?
Yeah, I know, right? Wow, that's a cool name. Thank you for joining, for real. If you have the chance, go to slothandmoney.com, and under the About section, we have a link to our Facebook, and you can join.
Actually, it's right there on the front page.
If you go to slothandmoney.com, and on the front page, why don't you tell them how they can join the illustrious group?
You can click the link to join the Facebook on the front page.
I gotta log out. Yeah, those guys who wanted to sacrifice someone. What's up, Andre? Thanks for joining. It does say Andre, right? Okay.
Yes, Andre
What's up,
Huber
man?
or Huber or Huber.
I don't know, but thank you for being here.
His name could also be Andre, so, you know.
I'll tell you right now, it isn't. Could you imagine? Dr. Andre?
Yes.
Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
Beats by Dre.
Get out of here.
It's not. Andre, thank you for joining, for real.
Andre, 9 million? It's
Was it
over 9,000?
We got 2 minutes to go, and I got to pee so hard.
Well, then go piss, dude.
I'm gonna do a
Why do I look like such a
countdown.
faggot on the air? Because I am.
That's on you, man.
Well,
You know you don't look that way.
you know I do, so... You know how many mosquito bites I have on my dick
Welcome
right
to
now?
my life. My arms, I was all messed up. I looked like I had like AIDS. I was really.
Don't worry, guys. Once it hits 12 o'clock, we'll turn it right on. Trust me. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, because we're off.
Oh, because what?
What's this thing?
You haven't even gotten any of the stories to me.
They're on my computer. Stories.
I hope people are having a good time.
Stories.
They're thinking about hanging themselves right now.
The lighting's were bad.
The lighting's good like
So-
this. See, you can see us right there. You see? They can see you now. But once I go to see the actual thing, hold on, they can't see you anymore.
That's terrible. That was one of Faye's biggest complaints.
What? That she can't see you?
Yeah, the lighting.
Well, also, we're still in the pre-show. I didn't wish her a happy birthday on Facebook, and I'll explain to you why.
Here we go.
Happy birthday, Fee. Because what happens is, I hate my birthday, you know this. And I hate birthdays, especially with Facebook,
Walking away.
because faggots, once a year, come out of the goddamn woodwork.
Ow, damn it. Dude.
They come out of the woodwork every year, out of nowhere. Oh, hey, buddy, I know I haven't liked any of your posts or commented on anything, but happy birthday, I haven't seen you since high school. Yeah, and that's why I don't birthdays. All right, we got 1 minute, guys, and then we're going to play the brand new Sloth theme song that I made for this special event I was supposed to do by myself that I had all together on my own. And then out of nowhere, Mr. Man here decided, well, you know what, I'm going to join you at the last second. And here we go. It is now midnight, and we're going to play the theme song.
Oh, the scariest piss I've ever seen.
I'm playing the theme song for him. You know, it's midnight and the show started. What have you done? You already ruined the theme song.
There are some things in this world that peer at you from the darkness. Perhaps that clown statue you bought at a yard sale. A ghostly apparition of a child in the corner. Maybe even that thing on your mantelpiece. But don't worry. Sloth is here to keep you safe on Saturday nights.
That's right, folks. You are here for the very first inaugural episode of Sloth on Saturday nights. That is me, Sloth. I was supposed to be going it alone, like I already explained to you in the pre-show if you were here. But then this guy decided to put a wretch in all my plans and ruin my whole evening. How are you doing, Andre Huber? Virus install, Sloth and oh, that's us.
What's wrong with you?
What? We're
Hi,
live.
money. What's up? Thank you. You know, you really screwed me over with this intro. You know, like, the other day I was really excited. I was like, wow, okay, Sloth on Saturday nights. That's cool, because you know we're Sloth and money, so I was waiting for the money part.
No.
Where'd that, wait?
Well, see, here's the thing. You said you weren't going to be here.
I know what I said.
And then you said you weren't going to be here next week either.
I'm not.
So what do you want me to do?
This show is so important that I decided to cancel my fiance's birthday party. Everything is canceled. I had this nice cruise set up for Norfolk on the Spirit of Norfolk. Canceled. Burn the tickets. I came here in this garage instead so we could cover the news, talk about paranormal activities, talk about creepypastas, talk about Slenderman. I'm excited.
Are you excited? Because you sound like you're a little bit over the top, and you're not excited at all.
I had a big gulp of coffee.
Yeah, we already went through this in the pre-show. Once
No one watched the pre-show.
no one ever watches the pre-show.
Thank you, thank you
the
for real
Raw
for
after
watching
show.
the pre-show for real. Are you pumped up or what?
I am actually.
I'm not gonna be here next week, Saturday, because I'm gonna be watching the Backstreet Boys.
Whatever.
I am. Everybody. Someone's gonna call the cops tonight.
Of course they are.
Tonight's the night.
Well, we have some paranormal news that we can go ahead and do a rundown of. If you guys have anything to contribute to this, let me know, because I'm a little bit behind because I've had to work my dick fuck ass cocks off this week with all the hours at work. That's why this show is lacking very hard. I think it was recently in Wales. There was a UFO sighting. It wasn't not confirmed UFO sighting per se. It was just lights over on the horizon. Have you seen this video?
I did, and if you saved a whole bunch of stories, we're using the same news source.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, I didn't.
because that's where I got all my news from. That's a great
Really?
site.
Mirror.co.uk? Well, that's
Absolutely.
good.
Yeah.
That's not where I actually got.
Talk about the UFO.
Well, there's actually a paranormal investigator looking for leads on Facebook, because of these shiny little twilight sprinkles on an interstate, I believe is how it happened. I am a complete skeptic when it comes to UFOs and creepy stories, anything paranormal at all. That's why I'm awful to do this show, but I'm your man because I will dig deep and I will find out the truths behind Slenderman not being real, Tulpas being bullshit, and it's coming up as Michael Orridge. Look at you. You can't do this. You can't do this, man. What are you doing?
Can't do what?
You can't do this. That means there's only negative 4 people watching.
I don't want to mess up the chat though. If I chat under the Sloth the Money banner, it may mess
What
up.
paranormal news do you have?
I have a whole bunch.
Go ahead. Go back to your page. You just closed the whole internet. Good job.
Internet's open.
Is it?
I have. Let's see. Where do you want to start?
Go ahead. Regale me, please. You're not even ready. We're not ready.
You want?
That's the one that I just covered.
I know, but I don't think it was talked about.
Fine. Do it in depth then, please.
Let me show you how it's really done.
Yeah, you can't even open the Opera browser, and you're trying to tell me how the internet's supposed to be
All right,
done.
fuck opening that one. Well, let me tell you something. I've never seen a UFO, but I believe
I have.
I believe that it does. There's other life.
I do too, but I don't believe UFOs exist. I think people have always embellished the actual story, even though I've got a story of my own. Did I never tell you this?
No.
I never told you I've seen a UFO.
No.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take the headphones off. I'm gonna leave them on because that's who I am today. I was probably about 11 or 12. I was standing outside with my father and one of his friends, and we were watching a shooting star, quote unquote, and it was kind of like going, I guess, southeast in the sky, and it made a perfect half a circle and went back in the other direction. He said he's Mike 2, by the way.
I'm listening to you, and I'm typing to you.
Yeah, get out of here.
Tell your story.
I always get interrupted when I'm telling stories.
You interrupted yourself this time.
Yeah.
I last week when you were telling stories, I would zone out and be like, but this week,
And then you'd go like this.
yeah. But this week I'm actively doing both.
Whatever.
Finish your story.
No, it did a perfect 180 circle, half a circle, went in the other direction, and then my dad looked at his friend and said, "Did you see that?" And his friend said, "Yeah, I saw it. I seen it. I seen the whole thing." That's really about it. That's all I got. But I've seen a UFO, so that made me. I don't know what it was. Was it alien craft? Was it diarrhea in the sky? Who knows? Do you have nothing to contribute to this?
I don't know if it was diarrhea in the sky, but I've never literally seen a UFO. But there's got to be something to the fact that everyone always claims that they see something near Roswell. Now, people say that there's government conspiracies and cover-ups and things like that, but that seems like maybe there's something going on over there, legitimately.
Well, see, here's how I feel about the entire UFO thing, that if there is a government cover-up, it makes sense because if, say we find out that there is extraterrestrial life or something like that outside of here, that's going to completely change the foundation of religions, etc., and that kind of fucks up the control that the government has on our lives, because you got to think about all these people that more or less look to their religions for their answers, and they're like, oh, all of a sudden there's no more Jesus Lord God is our Savior, hallelujah. It's glip glop is flying around in the skies, where are our answers in the Bible? You know, and or our Quran, or you know, whatever it is you pray to, maybe even the Satanic Bible. Yeah, I didn't submit that. You did. Don't even try and troll them.
It was you.
It was not me.
Well, anyways, I think that eventually one day, like in that movie, the great movie War of the Worlds.
There you go. You did your
eventually, someday.
I want full disclosure. Damn it.
There's gonna be something that's gonna happen. Like, there's gonna be some kind of like.
Well, see, here's the thing, and I've listened to plenty of shows with Michio Kaku when he was with Art Bell, and those two guys actually together put on some amazing shows. I think they did 3 of them, and like Dr. Kaku was saying, there's 4 different types of civilizations. There's type 1, 2, 3, and 0. We're type 0. We're the dirt worst. We still farm our energy sources out of the ground through coal. More or less, as it progressively goes, you can take power from the Earth itself, from your galaxy, or stars, wherever it is, and then from stars, and then the third one is entire galaxies. By the time that any of those civilizations got to us, we would be ants to them. Do you think about ants on the daily basis?
I used to when I was a kid. I used to murder ants, and what I would do is I would drown them. I would drown the ants.
All right, now this is actually a great segue into that.
No, but I had another thing to say about it.
Hold on. They wouldn't care if they killed us to steal the energy out of our planet. That's how they think of us. They think of us as ants. That's the best way to put it. Now go ahead.
Well, because I murdered so many ants when I was a youngster. I once saw 2 ants connected at the thorax to each other, and I had to drown them because it was creepy to me. So it got to the point where it was creepy. But no, it's not funny because eventually all this backfired. I would try to go to sleep at night, and I would see ants, like giant. I'd close my eyes, and I would see giant ants standing in front of me, like how people see alien grays. I would see black ants, and it's
just like, how did their soulless eyes look to you?
Terrifying. So, ugh.
Do they still haunt you to this day?
They do haunt me, much like Slenderman just haunted me when I took a piss behind your garage.
But Slenderman's a cool guy, so...
Oh yeah, he's such a great guy. You know, a guy who's 7 feet tall, who has wacky limbs, and who wears a suit and tie with no facial features.
In the forest?
And, oh yeah, at schoolyards, the forest, playgrounds, we're pretty much wherever you want him to be.
Yeah?
Well, he's tremendous.
All right, here's the other thing, the other end of the spectrum, the other side of the coin, if you will. While there are people, like, say, you know how we take care of animals like dogs and things like that, the other alien civilizations who are higher than us would look at us like that as well. Like, hey, let's help these guys along and take care of these guys and actually help nurture them to get them to the level that we are. That's the other way, as opposed to just squashing them like a bunch of us.
I would hope that whenever there's life that's going to contact us, that it's not going to be resulting in some kind of intergalactic war, and that somehow some kind of peace can be arranged, because I think it's going to happen. There can't be just us.
Well, I mean, obviously, no. It's the statistical anomaly that we exist by ourselves is almost mind-boggling as the fact that we even exist, if that makes any sense.
Do you ever think, like, how we even came to be? Like, the whole evolution and all that bullshit? Yeah.
If you depending on how you look at it, Jesus, Lord God, created everything, or if you believe in the Big Bang Theory, any of these make absolutely, just if you really delve deep into it, none of them in and of themselves are fully explain it all, because absolutely everything ever can't come from absolutely nothing. Yeah, sure, it was like matter, condensed into infinitely dense, hot, energy, and then it exploded. But what happened before that? And all of these other, I don't know if you know this, if you look at heat maps of the universe, there's actually like parts of our universe that look like they're touching parts of other universes. And it's actually like hotter or colder in those areas based on that. I don't know if you knew that. That's kind of...
I've never known that. I mean, I'm not like cool. a super devout Christian or anything like that, but I do believe in God. And, I mean, it's a cheap way, really, to just say, well, we can't think of a better explanation, so let's just say God created this.
Yeah. That's why I make fun of religions a lot.
I used to live across the street from the church, and I refuse to be, like, super religious, so you're not alone. I just want to believe that there's a higher being, But I mean, it's really a bullshit answer to say, well, all this is here because an ultra being created it, and
Well, we don't have any other answers, so we're just going to say it was gold.
And
It was gold.
that's such a cheap way out. Like
They said you're a pair of eyes and teeth.
I probably am. We need better lighting.
Yeah, we do.
But I don't even know. Like the fact that I can't describe when I think about our existence, and I just go, well, fuck it, I can't think of a better excuse. So God put us here. I mean,
see, that's why I like turning to the world of science and things to try and explain why. You can't explain why we're here in the guise of science, but you can explain how we got here. It also bothers me sometimes to think, like, I don't know if you've done it before, maybe. You'll be laying in bed alone at night. Don't look over there, it's a bug. You'll be laying in bed alone at night, and you stare at the ceiling, and you close your eyes, and then you start thinking about this existence and how we got to be, etc., etc., and you start to get this falling feeling. And it's just like an infinite empty feeling when you really think about what waits us after we die and what was before us before we were on this planet, and what life was like for us before we came into existence. I guess that makes
the absolute scariest thing that I think about in my life is when I think about what happens after we die. It is not even like it's the most void feeling that I can even imagine. There's just nothing.
Because there's nothing. It's not even darkness. It's like if you ask a blind person what they see, they don't even see darkness. They just see nothing. Like, it's terrifying.
I try to believe in reincarnation or life after death or anything like that, but it's not even like you'll be aware of it. If it exists, there's just nothing.
Exactly.
And that is the scariest feeling.
The worst.
That's my least favorite thing to think about. I always try and think about something chipper and happy, not like anything, that relates to Slenderman and some girl being stabbed 19 times.
19? It was only 19?
It was 19 times.
19 times.
That's quite a lot. Which leads us into our next segue, into the Slenderman story, which everybody's talking about. And guess who's going to talk about it?
It's the hot topic.
But which is interesting because, like, a couple years ago, I hadn't even heard of Slenderman before.
Well, it's because he actually didn't really even get made. Hey, you can finally see yourself. Look at you. Of course, you're going to put the hood on now. Who would have guessed? Trey. It's because Slenderman really wasn't even made. I forget the year that he actually came into existence. He was made on the, I believe, don't quote me. This is off memory. The 4chan video game boards or the paranormal boards. I'm pretty sure it was the video game boards for some reason. That's why I want to say that. And you're just gonna look up "stabbed" on Google, and of course, you know what the.
Well, I gotta pull up.
I know you gotta pull it up. And more or less, he's only been alive in existence for, I would say 5 years tops. However, I'm going to turn the camera to me because this is actually one of my favorite things to talk about. If enough people, now I don't believe this at all because it's complete horse shit. If enough people in the world believe that something is real, then guess what? It becomes real. They've actually done scientific studies on this, and if enough people look at something and try and decide that an outcome will be something, then that outcome will become what they thought the outcome was going to be.
So they pretty much, like, are you talking about the
sand falling in the hourglass that I was talking about?
Right, are you talking about the one experiment, though, where they all thought about something to happen and then it happened?
Yes. Or there was another study kind of related to it where in one country they would think about, like, a group of numbers, and in another country they would try and guess the group of numbers, and they would get it right. Exactly.
That, what movie was that recently? God, I can't remember. But it relates to a movie that I saw. But basically, the story with the Slender Man is that in Wisconsin, a 12-year-old girl, police say, was reportedly stabbed by two classmates trying to curry favor with the fictional character.
Wow, good job, people.com.
Curry favor. That sounds like a superhero.
That sounds like a really shitty dish from a Thai place.
But basically, they stabbed this girl 19 times. She lived, but they were trying to bring about Slender Man. Why would stabbing someone 19 times?
Well, they're trying to sacrifice her to get Slender Man to become real.
So if she were to die, he would miraculously appear.
Now let's talk about this. It's quite possible that only a partial part of the girl who had been stabbed soul was released from the stabbings, and now Slenderman is now existing as a weak entity who is going to have more stabbings and attempted murders to fuel his actual power to bring him to life.
So you're high tonight, then. That's what you're saying? You're fucked up on drugs. So I don't know what you're on, but I came here completely sober. And the fact that, let's see, stabbing some girl and killing her isn't bad enough. But if she dies, we're going to bring along some mythological creature who's fucking 8 feet tall, who has limbs that go like this, and wears a fucking suit and a red tie. What is he even...
Dude, that sounds like you. He wears your 3 favorite colors. He has these wonky, ridiculous long arms. Why do my hands look so big?
He looks like one of those things that you find outside of car dealerships that just wave and
wacky waving arm, inflatable flailing chip man.
So like, it's the dumbest thing. Those girls are seriously fucked up. They were charged as adults.
Good.
I can't wait to hear the counseling sessions with those two. You know they're gonna be on HLN for days.
God. Nancy Grace. I can't wait to hear her go on.
Yeah, Nancy Grace. Oh my God, what a fearmonger! But like, but the story's so dumb because obviously I don't believe in Slenderman. But when you think about it, like, I just took a piss outside your garage, and for like the last couple of days, at night and at other times, I've been thinking about the fucking Slenderman. Like, and it's
the Slenderman, not Slenderman. You're talking about the Slenderman.
Yeah, and it scares the shit out of me.
Slenderman and Slenderman are completely different.
Like, if you're in a dark room, if you know what Slenderman looks like, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Imagine I just took a piss in a complete desolate black backyard, and as I was taking the piss, I just imagined this guy standing behind me but he doesn't have a face, and it's not like he has a black face with black teeth and fucking blah, blah, blah. It's just a white face and a suit and a red tie. He looks like some fucking ghost of a tax man or something. But the fact that he hunts children and
I thought you were gonna say hugs children.
No, in a different way. Like the pictures where they have him photoshopped into school playgrounds and just in the back.
It's terrifying.
That scares the shit out of me. Like I was in the bathroom the other day after I was.
I can't wait to take a picture of us and then when I upload it, it'll
put him in the background. I will never do this show again. I will never do this show again.
Have you ever noticed those eyeballs? What look like eyeballs up there?
Yeah, those Pepsi cans.
Yeah,
that scared the hell
out of me.
Well,
they're actually Pepsi 2 liters from the 90s.
Oh my God.
We lost all the viewers.
That's fine.
Whatever.
Okay.
It's me, you, and Fee. Long time now.
That's fine with me.
All right, it works for me.
But we have more stuff to talk about. Do you have any other stories?
Go ahead. Humor me. Do you have anything?
I got stories, but I got to pull them up. The thing is,
you had one job, Mike. And then they said, "Classic Mike." Yeah, he had one job.
I don't even know. But anyway,
you had one job.
I do have the stories. I got to just pull it up. But let's see.
Someone said that's actually possible. Yeah, to you having the hood.
I don't know what's going on.
There you go.
I'm trying to pull up the stories. The thing is, I saved the stories to the computer, and now it's acting dumb. So bear with me.
What have you learned?
To favorite these stories as opposed to saving them. But I didn't.
Do you need to connect to the internet for them?
It is connected. I'm on the Wi-Fi. It's got to load each story individually.
There you go. Okay. Well, how about next time? Load all the stories.
I should have did that. Yeah.
Leave them open in the browser.
I could do that after this story.
You know what? I can't wait to do this alone next week.
Well, I thought about you just doing it alone, and I am considering walking out right now. To be completely honest,
just do it.
I really might. But it says an axe-wielding clown who chased people as a prank was sentenced to community service. What the fuck? That's like if you do It Comes to Life. And he actually chases people around town.
Well, see, that might actually scare one of our friends. You may know him as Nate. He actually doesn't like clowns. I don't know if you knew that. He's definitely terrified of clowns. I don't know if he's over it yet or not. But he got it because he had to watch It when he was a kid, and he's now definitely afraid of him. So I can't wait to dress up as a clown next Halloween, like my fiance did. But I liked it.
I will say,
have for us?
I'm about to throw the computer and leave because the computer now is not working. God damn it.
Well, looks like we're going to have to go on to the next segment since somebody's computer's decided to be a butt.
I'm going to restart it. Go ahead.
You're restarting the computer?
I have no
do you
choice.
see how many? Do you have how many tabs I have open, and everything's working just fine?
I told you I was playing Sonic and Knuckles and things got carried away. But basically, it said a Dutch court has convicted 3 men of threatening behavior after one dressed up as a clown and chased unsuspecting cyclists with an axe. The other 2 filmed the prank and posted it on YouTube, according to a written depiction of the incidents in April. In one part of the footage, which was removed from the site, a female cyclist was videotaped approaching the clown, the clown was hiding in the bushes. The prosecutor's statement says the clown jumped out, screamed at the girl, raised the axe over his head, and chased her down the street. But she was also targeted. What the fuck? That sounds like opening to SVU.
Yeah, it does. Doom doom.
Yeah. How do you just get 40 hours community service?
3 mil per
He had a
dress.
fucking axe!
Well, he didn't hurt anybody, though.
Okay, so if we walk out into the park tomorrow and we just pretend to be a killer clown and put an axe up over our head, we're just gonna get community service?
Yeah.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Yeah.
I'm mad.
Yeah.
I'm fucking furious right now, but I'm gonna...
I thought you were going to say I'm fucking furious now, buddy.
I'm gonna hold it together. And this sweater's too tight, too. Alright, you go ahead with your story. Pretend like I'm not here, goddammit.
Why?
And I'm gonna restart this computer.
Why?
Because I gotta restart.
I'm glad you came. I'm actually.
Well,
pretty awesome.
Thank you. I'm watering it down.
No, you're not.
I'm watering down.
Dude,
the
it's
Sloth
gone
House.
so much better because we did the spiel about how everything the universe bullshit to start. I actually got to share my information that I know about the universe's.
I do appreciate the fact that you're knowledgeable about topics like that.
Yeah, like that, but I don't know a lot about the paranormal, and that's why I'm glad we're doing the show now.
Yes.
Because I'm learning. You guys have this information, and if you guys can do a better show than us, I encourage you to do it.
Which is all of you.
Which is all of you, because, yeah, sure, it might take away from our views, but if you can put out a quality product, your start screen same as mine. If you can put out a quality product and get viewers of your own, good on you. Follow your dreams and do what you do. That's why I hate when people are like, you guys fucking eat barrels of dicks. Okay, we'll put out a better product. I'll watch you and entertain me, dude. Awesome. Thanks, guys. We're going to have to move on to spoopy stories now because somebody's computer...
Black hole of death right now.
Abysmal.
Yeah.
All right. This is from my one of my 2 best friends. My 2 best friends are Nate and Charles. This is from Nate. And he is a pizza delivery driver. So I'm your average 20-something pizza. I can't even do it. Pizza.
See how hard it is when you want to read something enthusiastically and you start fucking eating and diarrhea in the mouth and constipation of the
So I'm your
tongue?
average 20-something pizza delivery guy. That's why. I've been working at pizza for 8 years, and the story is from about 3 years ago. I had a delivery to a nursing home. Wasn't one I had been to before, but the road it's on had like 3 or 4 different sites, so it didn't seem like anything special. I get out there, and the building looks a lot more run down than the others, but not so much that it's falling apart or anything like that, just dingy, like in need of a paint job or a good scrubbing. I go inside, and there's no one working on the front counter, but there's a half dozen or so folks sitting in the lobby, you know, the normal nursing home type of people, like, I guess, older folks who have really old parents, etc., etc. The delivery was to a room on the 4th floor, so I headed down the short hallway to the elevator. Out of order, please use the stairs. Seriously? I muttered to myself under my breath. Whatever. I've dealt with worse. I head into the stairwell next to the elevator, and it's even worse off than the lobby. Dirty, dusty, and in major need of some light bulbs. Again, whatever, I think to myself as I hustle up the stairs. At this point, I'm just bitching internally that I've got to put this much effort into a delivery that isn't too promising of a tip based on the conditions. But as soon as I open the front door to the 4th floor, my stomach falls and starts to gargle. Bad feeling have I. There's a single light bulb hanging from the ceiling in the foyer, and the lights down the hallways on my left and right are very sparse. The ones that are still on are flickering. I'm a little concerned at this point, but not overly so. I look further down each hallway, and I see to my left there's an orderly pushing one of those big gray laundry bins. Relief rushes over me. It can't be that bad. There's an employee right there. I'm fine, and I think to myself, this is good. I check the room numbers on either side of me and head down the hall right towards the room. Of course, he just puts it all block text. Right towards the room that ordered. It's only a half dozen or so doors down, and I knock on it. Hard. I'm not trying to be here any longer than I have to, so I want to make sure this guy hears me. After the first knock, I'm kind of glancing around the hall, and it's a really crappy looking place. The place feels grimy, and there's a thick layer of dust and mildew on everything. Then I stop and focus on the door I just knocked on, and it's partially open, maybe just a couple of inches, and I hear a voice inside. But that's not what concerns me now. The door is tied shut from the inside. There's miscellaneous rubber bands, ropes, and even a chain holding the door closed from inside the room. I break out into a cold sweat. Hard. I pound on the door again, and again, and again. The whole time listening to muttering from inside and the pounding of my heart. After the third time I light up the door, I notice that the orderly has seen me. Oh, good. He'll figure this out for me. I knock once more as I yell down the hallway, "Hey, what's the deal with this room?" The orderly shouts something back at me that I can't make out as he starts to head my way. I knock yet again and say what... As I turn towards the orderly. Say what? That's what he said what. And then it hits me. The words the orderly just yelled at me. They weren't English or any other language that I've ever heard. It was a guttural, just... brah. And it felt wrong. I also realized at this point the orderly is charging at full speed down the hallway towards me, shouting more dirty, wrong, strange words at me. Nope was the only thought that I had that crossed my mind. About a year before, I had seriously wrecked my knee in a car accident, I think, so I never thought I would run anywhere near as fast as I did in that moment. The orderly, as much further down the hall than I was from this one, I still barely reached the foyer ahead of him and slammed into the stairwell door hard. It flew open in response, and I flew down the stairs. I took them 2 and 3 times, just in a sprint. The whole trip back down the stairs lasted more than a handful of seconds, but they were tense, as I imagined the orderly's hand gripping onto my shirt. I burst through the door at the bottom of the gray stairwell and ran past a now occupied lobby desk. I didn't know if the girl sitting there said anything to me as I hurried past her, and I continued my mad dash out the front door and across the parking lot back to the safety of my hatchback. As soon as I was in, I locked the doors, fired up the engine, and sped back onto the main road. After I was back into the safety of traffic, I called my store and told the manager what happened. She was thoroughly confused and worried about the whole situation, but it gets weirder. About a half hour later, a woman calls. A different man that had placed the order, and my manager said that she was the one who originally took the order. Well, the lady on the phone tells her that she's been there at the room the whole time, and no one ever knocked. The manager explains that the driver was there and tells her about the orderly as well. The lady replies in a sickly sweet voice that it's fine. There's nothing to be worried about. And it's okay for him to come back. And says it over and over again. And again. And again. Each time saying they have nothing to fear and that they've been there the whole time and I should come back to them because they're so hungry. Nope, says my manager. You can come back and you can come and pick up that pizza. About a half hour after that, a lady pulls up from the opposite direction from where the delivery was and pays for the pizza, not saying a word about what happened or that the pizza was now cold and thoroughly smushed and tossed about from my scramble down the stairs. Later that day, we found out from a fellow driver who has worked at that store much longer than either of them that it was a nursing home for mentally insane individuals. In order to deliver to them, they're supposed to get security officers and have a guard retrieve the patient and bring them downstairs to the lobby.
Yeah.
That is fucking terrifying.
I've heard it before, but this time the way you read it and the atmosphere of where we are right now makes it way creepier. And I'm happy that nothing bad happened to Nate. I'm thankful that he got away. Mentally insane people, how is there not like armed guards that escort him from entrance to the room? I love the fact that she came there and she acted like nothing happened, even though he could have been fucking murdered, raped, killed, sodomized.
Raped? I like rape.
Mentally insane. That's a good story. Thank you, Nate, for typing that up.
Thank you, Mr. Buckingham. Did I ever tell you about that story?
No.
One time we went to a Pizza Hut. His last name's Buchanan.
Oh, that's true.
And we went to a Pizza Hut, and they're like, "Are you Nate Buckingham?"
How the fuck? How do you even manage?
You don't, actually. Usually if you're working in pizza, you can't manage your life very well. Me, Nate, everyone I've ever known in pizza, it's downhill.
What are they saying on the board?
What?
What are they
They actually
saying?
haven't said anything. They've stopped I just love how they said you had one job and then they said it's classic.
Don't blame
Mike.
me. The computer.
It would have been. Hold
computer
on.
died.
All right, hold on. Let me.
Real. It took me 10 minutes to restart it. That was scary as hell. Actually,
What was scary as hell?
the computer wasn't starting up.
Well, I mean, whose fault is that?
The computer. That's who I blame.
Do you blame the computer?
I do.
All right. All right. Let's see if I can find one of these creepy stories that I had for you guys, since Mr. Star of the show.
Buckingham.
Star of the show here is just knocking it out of the.
Well, it
park
is.
here.
It's Sloth. Saturday it's Sloth. I'm a guest on the show. After my performance tonight, I don't want to be.
Why? Dude, it's so
regular.
much better here with.
No,
with
it's not.
yes, it is.
You do look pretty like downtrodden. Like when you show me when you test the live streams and you text me and you're like, tune into this so I could test it, and you're just like, oh, I'm here today. How's the lighting? And you play some stuff. You just look miserable. At least you look happy right now.
I am
Good.
because you're here.
Nah,
Oh, we've only got 3 people watching, and you know who it is?
it's not me.
Me, you, and Fee.
It ain't me. I don't know who the other one is.
She said Lord Biscuit and Nate Buckingham should have a podcast.
Being trolled by my own wife.
Because she don't want to watch ours. Is this the shitty water? I have a shitty water and I have a good water, and I've been drinking the shitty water. And I'm like, why does this taste like roast beef? And then I have a good water.
It's probably just roast beef.
You know what I think? You know what that sound was last week that you heard? That you said, hey, what's that Vincent Price sounding?
Was it the machine?
It was me farting.
No, it was not.
It
You
was.
farted and it sounded like a
Vincent.
monster. You listened back to it and you heard it? Oh my god, that was...
No, I didn't hear it, but I
No?
mean, I knew as soon as you were like, what's that sound? What's that sound?
Oh my god, that was... Dude, your ass scared me. There it is. Why don't you just do Sloth on Saturday nights featuring your ass? That'll be better co-host than
Well,
me.
they're coming for me now.
Probably are. They're finally coming for me.
Watching this awesome live podcast. Thanks. Oh, was she there when I said happy birthday to her?
Probably not. So
She wasn't there. Do I need to explain it to her again?
Probably.
Well, it was in the pre-show, so she can go back and watch it.
Please don't plug, Fee, don't plug our stuff on your Facebook. All your friends hate me, for one. And secondly, all your friends, most of your friends, are pretty mature. They're not going to want to watch this. But thank you for watching this, because somehow I've pulled you down to the depths of my
You had one job!
depravity, and I've got you watching this, so thank you.
My fiance was going to watch it, but then she didn't, because she had to go to bed.
She had a better choice.
Yeah, she had a better choice. Instead, she decided to throw herself from a balcony instead of watching us. I said it was vintage Mike instead of classic Mike. Well, this show is really starting to take a downturn because all of our...
Starting, as soon as I got here, it took a downturn.
What are you talking about, dude?
Nah, it's true.
It's all
Well, I
good.
mean, pretty much. I feel like I did ruin the fucking
No.
opening of the show.
No, you actually made the opening of the show a lot better because it added fuel. Dude, stop this. You're me now. Stop being Eeyore like that guy told me.
How so? What? Oh,
That's
being
why-
all downtrodden?
Yeah.
Nah.
Dude, you're doing great.
Nah.
We're all doing great.
Well, the paranormal thing, I know, like, I don't know. It's not really my niche. Like,
It's not my niche either, but
it would be cool, and I know people like it. But it'd be nice if we had a niche. But I think if I had one, it'd only be about wrestling, and I don't want to be about wrestling. I'm trying to find...
I think you should do it.
Oh, I don't want to. Like, I
But
could
you're
talk
so
about it
good
for
at it.
hours. And I'm contemplating doing a side, like you're doing Sloth on Saturday, on
Yeah.
Saturdays with Sloth. I'm
Yeah.
thinking about doing something. I could do something with Mike. Mondays with Mike. Blah blah blah. I can talk about Raw or whatever the
And you
fuck.
can talk about whatever you want. That could be your right-hand man.
It's wrestling. And it's...
I know. Well, we're really muddying up the show, so let's get on to synchronicity.
I am your guest. You are in charge of the show.
Let's get into synchronicity. You got all this stuff. I haven't had time to prepare this week.
I did.
I've been busy.
Hey.
I've been very fucking busy.
I was
actually.
eating Kobe beef yesterday.
Yeah.
I've had a busy weekend.
Did you have a cramp?
Hashtag LeBroning. All right, so I've been wanting to talk about synchronicity. I'm going to be serious for like 2 minutes. Plus, I had so much coffee today; it's hard to be serious.
Coffee.
Yeah, I'm already
Coffee.
ADD prone.
Hey, after like the first hour, you want to go ride my bike for a little bit?
We should.
All right.
All right. In all seriousness, I'll dial it down.
Don't dial it down. I want you to bring it up.
I got to be serious for like a second. I'm full of caffeine right now, but if I dial it up anymore, I'm gonna die.
Come on, get this good stuff.
So the synchronicity story. For like the last couple years, this thing, about a year and a half, has been on the top of my brain. I never even knew it had a name, but like when things happen, everything happens for a reason. my friend's like, well, it's called synchronicity. And we would talk about it because we'd have all these things that would happen. And we just were like, well, we just talked about this yesterday. We just thought about this, and then it would happen. And he's like, well, it's synchronicity. And I've been thinking about it, and the more I think about it, the more these things seem to happen to me. Synchronicity, as Wiki defines it, synchronicity is the experience of two or more events as meaningfully related, where when they are likely. Where God damn it. Synchronicity is the experience of two or more events as meaningfully related, where they are unlikely to be causally related. The subject sees it as a meaningful coincidence. The concept of synchronicity was first described by Carl Jung, a Swiss psychologist in the 1920s. The concept does not question or compete with the notion of causality. Instead, it maintains that just as events may be connected in the causal line, they may also be connected in the meaning. A grouping of events by meaning need not to have an explanation in terms of a concrete sense and cause and effect.
So basically, I'll put it in layman's terms for you.
Please.
Two events that are completely unrelated happen, but they're completely related at the same time, but they're not. That makes any fucking sense. Try and wrap your mind around it like bacon-wrapped shrimp at Joe's. Oh, sorry.
You have that now?
Yeah, we do. We've had it.
So, like, I mean, every now... It used to happen way more... happens enough that it creeps me out when it does happen. It's back to the whole, is the life that we live created by a God? What's the bigger meaning of life? Who put us here type of thing. Our lives already pre-planned, and we're walking this fine line that's something that's predestined for us, and we're just living it out. And we're like marionettes in someone's story, or do we have autonomy over our thoughts and beliefs and control over our life? It's all like, well, when these things happen, it's like that was supposed to happen, and it creeps me out. Case in point, today, I've been watching a shit ton of The Angry Video Game Nerd. Like, that's all we're watching. We have 1,000 channels. All we watch is YouTube and Netflix, and I've been watching them. And he was doing one today where he's talking about plug-and-play games. And he was talking about back in the day how there was like one of the original games, it's Pong. And he was playing the Pong or whatever. So we got lunch, we went to go get food. We came back and we decided to watch something else while we ate. We watched the Treehouse of Horror. And in the Treehouse of Horror, they started playing Pong.
That's not...
Dude, I have every Treehouse of Horror on my computer. I randomly picked one. It was episode 7 of... it was the 7th Treehouse of Horror. They were playing Pong. What are the odds? They could have been playing any other game.
Pretty good, because Pong was pretty popular back in the 70s, and the writers of Simpsons were born during that time.
I don't know, man.
I'm trying to explain it to... once again, I'm a skeptic. I'm a skeptic, and I'm here to disprove things.
I was very spooked, because, I mean, first of all, if there would have just been one Pong reference, and just one, that would have been fine. They were a half hour apart from each other, and one wouldn't have happened without the other one.
Why does that spook you?
Because why would that have happened? Like, I don't know. Maybe that's just one of those ultimate coincidences. But I have better cases. I don't have any to explain right now.
You remember that? All right. What is love? When we were talking about that, the very first day you were back from moving back, and we were going on a run, and like, what is love? Like played on some sort of like your player or something. When we were going for our very first run. It was actually the day the Boston Marathon bombing happened, because that was the first day you got back. If you remember that.
I don't.
Well, see, there you go. I've got a memory for these things. Now, if I remembered shit that was worth remembering, that'd be great. The very first day we were back, we actually went for a 1.5 mile run when we were still, like, super fat. And as soon as we got in, the Boston bombing happened. While we were running, What Is Love was playing. And I started saying it. I started making a joke about it. And then on your random shuffle, it came up. And then you said something about your friend saying something about it the week before.
I remember a little bit more about it.
See, there you go. I'm starting to bring the story back together for you.
Well, it's just, I don't know. I think that what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to have a little notebook, and I'm going to start jotting down the coincidences of synchronicity.
I want to start writing down this. Recently, within the last couple of weeks, actually, I've been getting deja vus a lot. And I mean, like, a lot. I mean, like, maybe once every 2 or 3 days.
So do you think it's a deja vu, or do you believe it's synchronicity, then? You think it's actually just, it's whatever?
I have visual deja vus.
Okay. You have any examples?
The other day I was talking to a friend on Facebook, and then
Is that your ass?
It wasn't. That was a horn. I don't have a horn. No, I was talking to a friend on Facebook, and I was like, I've had this conversation before. I was like, wait a second, I know exactly what he's about to say to me. I know what exactly I'm about to say to him. Bam, boom, back and forth for like 30 seconds. I'm like, dude, I've seen this before. Other example was when I saw 9/11. When I got home that day. Because what happens is I'll see these things happen in a dream. Like, it'll just be a short, like, maybe 4-second snippet or, like, less than that. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm probably going to see that in the future at some point because that seemed very real. And then I'll see it again. A lot of people say it's a oops in your short-term memory, and it just stores what's happening in front of you wrong. Other people think it's timelines getting crossed in alternate universes, or the fact that we've had this universe that we're living in right now happening multiple times, and it's like maybe getting off track at that moment. What do I believe? Personally, I want to believe that it's an oops in your short-term memory, but I've had it happen so much, and because I've seen it in dreams and stuff like that before, it makes me think maybe there is something more to it, like timelines getting crossed in alternate universes or something like that. It would be cool. That'd be awesome, but I don't think that's the truth, actually. I don't know what to think, really.
The idea that there's an alternate universe of us.
There's an alternate universe of us who's actually successful at what they do.
Not just that, but just that there's alternate universes is very is an unfriendly thought. I don't like the idea of thinking that somewhere else there's a bizarro version of me doing something.
Somewhere out there's a universe where I actually died when my tonsils ruptured.
Oh, see what I mean? That's exactly what I'm talking about. Like something like that, where like how things could have branched off in our lives. If it branched one direction, that's actually happening somewhere.
Let's say that time you set that fire, you guys got caught.
Which time?
The one with the.
I know.
I think
I still have that action figure.
Do you?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a Stone Cold Steve Austin body, but I had a Dan Severn head, and I put the Severn head on it.
A Ken Raper.
Yeah. So Severn's face now is all blackened. You see the excitement I get when I talk about pro wrestling? I'm fucking. Oh, God. Dan Severn at midnight.
We've almost done this for like 45 minutes, since we went live.
That's terrible.
I know. I feel bad for these people.
Don't save this.
Well, it's going to save. It's really not that. The beginning's really not bad.
Everything else. All right, but like the idea that there's alternate universes
where we're dead,
where we're alive, where we're more successful, where we're homeless,
where one of us got onto a plane and it crashed.
Anything.
Or those where I might have drowned at some point, because there's been a lot of times I should have died.
That's a very unsettling thought to think about, and I don't know. There's just so many things that when you think about, when you sit, because most of my free time has been doing like adventurous things or just chilling, playing games and stuff like that. But when you start like thinking about things that make no sense to you, you know what I mean? It's just a dark, gloomy feeling. Like, I don't want to think about death. I don't want to think about like if life wasn't the way it is right now, if there's another me. And like, when you ever stare into the mirror, do you ever just stare in the mirror for like minutes on hand, waiting for your reflection to do something?
No.
You never do that?
I don't have schizophrenia, so I don't do that.
Well, I don't either, and I don't want to laugh.
Yeah, don't.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I do too. So.
I know. But what I will say is that I will stare at myself, and I will wait for the reflection to do something. Because what if that person in the mirror is in an alternate universe, and he's in on the joke, and he knows that I'm waiting for him?
Well, it's not. I say no because it's just a piece of like heated sand with tinfoil stretched out behind it.
What if? Maybe I did come here high.
Yeah, maybe you did. Maybe you did. I think people understand that I'm very deep rooted in the fact that molecules and shit only exist there like that, and it's not like, oh hey, look, a picture of Jimi Hendrix.
I know.
Barack Obama playing catch, and it's not like there's hey super special stuff about it. I'm glad we scared everybody off that was a virus.
Well, I did that.
Good job.
That was me.
Yeah, you had one job.
I scared them all.
That's the funniest thing, though. You had one job.
I know. Well, again, I take no blame for that, because I guess
you don't, because I should have had stories ready, but
I could have opened them up in tabs, but then I didn't think the computer was gonna like
shit out on you.
Yeah.
I mean, you do have it's brand new.
I mean, it was just because I don't know. I don't think the stories would have held us together, anyways.
I think they would have.
I'm not cut out for the paranormal talk, but if you want to talk a squared circle and four sides and ropes and turnbuckles, god damn it, I'm your man. But go ahead. What else you got?
What were the other topics that we wanted to talk about? You did want to talk about Slendy. We did that. We talked about synchronicity. Synchronicity. I was hoping people were going to actually show up and contribute stories like they said they were, but guess what? Nope.
Scared to move away.
Be scared to move.
That's cool. Last week was a great success, and I don't want to base all of our future shows hoping that everything's gonna be like it was last week. Because last week was a great turnout for when we didn't expect anything. We made a lot of cool new friends, and I think that even though they're not here tonight, I'm still happy that they were there last week.
Oh god.
I don't expect people to come out with us.
No.
That's insane.
But I am trying to build the fan base. That's
I know,
the thing.
and you're doing a great job.
No, I'm not, because nobody's here with us.
I've seen the emails, and you're getting a lot of stories coming your way.
Yeah, sure.
And if you think about it, pretty soon we're gonna have like actual interviews.
Yeah, whatever.
We are.
Don't even try and bolster my. Oh, god damn it! That's right.
What?
All right, I do have a story. I'd rather have the guy actually be here live to tell it himself, but he's at work right now. Because fuck Subway. Why are you laughing and coughing?
No, because fuck Subway.
Okay. So what happens is he used to live in Hampton, and when he was living in his abode, there was a spirit there, and he talked about it would move small things. Then when he said he was going to start moving out, it started moving like bigger things. And it got to the point where it started moving furniture because it was upset that he was moving, I believe. I believe that's how the story goes. I'd rather have the guy here himself to tell the story, but that is what that is. She's what kind of counselor? A what counselor? A what counselor? A what counselor? Oh. Well, we've done it for like an hour now, so if you want to call it a show, we can stop it.
It's the worst show I've ever done.
It's really not that bad. Delete this now.
You just do your regular show.
Okay.
I have nothing to contribute at the moment. Go ahead.
We're an hour in. This is where I wanted to be, but nobody's here, so
it's just us.
Nobody's contributing. That's the thing. I wanted contributions, but nobody showed.
Go ahead. You're fine.
Fucking tumbleweeds rolling down the street. Well, I was gonna get stories ready. I guess we can. What I can actually even do right now. That's what I wanted to do. This is the thing. I don't know if your stuff's open.
What you need me to open?
Nothing right now. Where are you at? Mike Ward's, right?
That's me.
Oh my god. Alright, I'm gonna invite you. I put an invitation to you. It will take time to build up, but I'll keep. Oh my god. Actually, the show's not even been that bad, Mike. It's not.
It's been the worst show I've ever done. The reason is I'm super fucking turned up, but I have nothing to contribute. Like, the trolling of the board, all that stuff, it doesn't bother me.
It's hilarious.
I'm more.
You want to talk about wrestling
tonight? No, I'm not.
Do you want to talk about
this.
The Boston show?
I'm not.
No. Do you want to stop the show and then we can talk?
We can talk about whatever we want, but the point is that I'm really excited. I was like, wow, he had this thing, the Sloth on Saturday nights, and a part of me was like, this close to not even coming because I was like, I don't want to fuck up whatever momentum we have, and I know he's really excited about doing this show, so maybe I should just stay home because he's gonna have to get used to doing it for at least the week after this week. So let him do a solo show, and then next week he'll be ready. I came here, I was a face and teeth, and I ruined it.
Oh, it was eyes and teeth.
Eyes and teeth.
Eyes and teeth. We do need lighting, though.
Yeah.
We do need. No, it's perfectly fine, because now I am going to be ready for next week.
I hope so.
But the thing I have.
You will. I won't.
I need to actually look at my own stuff, because this week I've just been fucking swamped this week with all the bullshit.
You've done fuck that, dude. In between all of the bullshit you might have been having to deal with at your job, you've been emailing people.
I also started a new website.
You made the
for my
website. You made 2 websites.
Yeah, exactly.
You made the intro song, the new logo for your sideshow. Dude, give yourself a round of applause. For real. You've done a lot this week.
But this show's been it has been a failure. I've actually really I've enjoyed this show so far.
Get the fuck out.
The first 30 minutes of the show wasn't bad.
I enjoyed the things that we did talk about, but I feel like I watered it down.
It might have been like the first 20. You actually helped it, because if it weren't for you talking about the infinitesimal nothing after death, we would have never gotten into the discussion about the universes and how they touch and how you see the heat signatures. See?
I will go on record as saying this will be the first show I do not watch or listen back to.
Really?
Yeah, remember...
That's funny, because this is going to be... I'm going to go immediately back and listen to it.
Like, the last show that we did, the regular Sloth and Money podcast, I thought was okay, and you hate it. The roles have been flip-flopped. I on a scale of 1 to 10, energy-wise, I'm at a fucking 5,000 right now. And
let's start a new show about the Boston trip. We're at an hour in. Let's just do it. Like an hour
we
out.
can talk about whatever we want.
Okay, fine. Let's talk about whatever we want then. Let's do it. We can cut the plug. We can pull the fucking plug right now.
No, I don't want to ruin your show.
It's fine. It ruined my show. It's gone awful. We've had get out of here. There was no fan contribution like last week. I read the one story I wanted to read. I thought I was going to have more stuff ready, but I've been, I know what I need to have ready next time. It's that simple. It is what it is. Tonight was a failure. We pull the plug. We're going to ride the bike for a little bit.
We should.
Come back.
That's how we should fucking open the show.
Exactly. Bam, boom, done.
Wait, who's watching?
It's me, you, and Fee.
I'm not watching it.
Well, it's 2 viewers. It's me and Fee then.
Who's the other person?
Fee.
And who else? If it's someone in the chat,
She said, "Stop it, Michael."
If it's someone in the chat still watching, thank you for putting up with this. I hope that some of it was entertaining.
Agent Thornton.
I don't know who's watching it, but thank you. When that drops down to 2 viewers, I'll feel a little bit more at ease. But knowing that there's somebody else watching this,
Well, have you thought about this? What if they're out there watching us?
oh god damn it! What if it's one of the fucking paranormal? What if it's an alternate reality version of us watching this show? Holy shit! What if it is an alternate version of me and you watching us, and they're like, look at them laughing at each other.
Look at them talking about how shitty they're. What if it's us from the
god
future?
damn it! What if it's Slenderman? I'm starting to get scared.
What if it's us from the future? He's gonna take you back to the past.
If it's James Rolfe, I will fucking be so happy.
Doom.
Oh my god.
Doom. He's gonna take you back to the past.
And ruin the show. That's what I've done.
Play the shitty games that sucked ass. He'd rather have a buffalo take a diarrhea dump in his ear. He'd rather eat the rotten asshole of a roadkill skunk and down it with beer. He's the angriest gamer you ever heard. He's the angry Nintendo nerd. He's the angry Atari Sega nerd. He's the angry...
Man, I don't even know what's going on tonight.
Well, actually, I'm having fun!
I know you are!
That's the worst part, maybe.
Keep going, it's your
show.
show.
The only thing that I hate... Well, it's not my show.
Yes, it is.
Nameless Hobo! We had a
Yay! Thank you, God! Nameless Hobo, you have saved the show. Please don't go back and watch this, because it's been terrible. And
see, here's the thing that bothers me. When I look at you,
bad.
I see bright white teeth, and I look at myself. Look at these shits. Look at them.
I didn't even brush my teeth today.
My teeth are all fucked
And
up
that's
from
full disclosure.
years of soda drinking.
I had like 3 pieces of cheesecake today.
Well, Nameless Hobo, how are you doing?
You have saved the show.
Saved it?
Saved it. I have ruined the show, Nameless Hobo.
That's actually all because he's our first return viewer.
He is. Thank you. Thank you for joining the group and participating.
We need to subscribe to you or something on YouTube.
We already have, haven't we?
So we can send him a prize one day.
That's true. We do need to get you a prize
because he's the first return.
I believe you live in Vegas.
No, that's not him.
But it is.
Is that him?
That
is that
is.
Vegas? Well, it says 2 watching now. So guess who left?
Fee.
It couldn't have been Fee. Probably Hobo.
Maybe he'll come back. But
he ain't coming back.
Well, we don't have anything. I feel bad because he's here now to.
He was making talk, dude. That's so much more important than us.
Please go hang out with your wife.
Yeah, no.
All we've been doing tonight is bantering.
We have been bantering, but you missed the part where I talked about universal heat signature.
You really did talk about that.
That's stupid. Who knows this shit offhand?
You. I don't know how you knew that.
It's because I've listened to hours of Michio Kaku. He's the man.
Nameless Hobo, I wish that we had more of a actual substance to talk about tonight, but we are sorely...
I told his story. He said he's all right.
It's sorely lacking. Do you have anything you want us to talk about?
Yeah, like, do you have, like,
do you have any more stories from last week that you didn't get to tell? I love after I say something, I'm like, I get quiet because I think you're here. I'm not used to waiting for typing, and I know there's a little delay.
A little delay or a lot?
A lot.
A little or a lot? So that scratch I got.
Yeah, he's in Vegas.
Yeah, that's him though. Okay, cool. That's that guy. What's his name on Facebook?
Oh, I can't remember. I don't know if he wants us to disclose.
Anyway, so this thing that I got installing the line to come out here is getting infected. Guess who's gonna lose his arm? Me.
I hope you don't.
I'm gonna be a one-armed homeless hobo.
Pull up some more stories. You got anything else to say?
Not really. No, I don't.
Because I thought about all the stories I actually have saved are just stories that are appealing to me and not so much stories that are
But you got to
Right.
think. Well, it doesn't matter. It's going to be appealing to other people too. So.
let me see what I got, but there's not anything really to talk about.
How about let's make 2-sentence long horror stories live on the air? How about that?
we could do that? That would be hard to keep up with. Well, I mean, one thing we can talk about while we're thinking about what to talk about next Friday, Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th, we can talk about the horror stories.
That's
and,
what we should do.
Movies.
We should just do a show where we talk about our favorite horror
Cool.
movies.
All right. Is that what we're going to do next? We got 4 minutes before we can go off the air or something. Like we'll hit our hour 15 mark and be done.
Well, let's give it a couple minutes because I think he's thinking about whether he's got some stories to talk about. I can't believe we almost have a full show.
What?
That's insane. We almost have a full show.
We have an hour and 15 minutes. That's more than a full show.
We're at an hour and 15 minutes right now.
Remember because we had a pre-show?
Oh my god. Nameless Hobo, this has been the worst show I've ever been a part of.
I loved it. I thought it was good. I had fun. That's what I'm setting out to do. I'm setting out to have fun. But, surprise, surprise, lol. In the years I've been interested in paranormal things, I've only seen one thing I can't explain. Yes, we're interested in that.
Please, save the show.
I was going to say, well, hold on. Is he going to save the show or save that for another time?
No, save the show tonight.
Save the show tonight.
After he saved the show, we'll edit out everything in the middle. We'll leave what you mentioned that only you would know about. We'll leave the opening, and we'll have him end it, and we'll have a 5-minute show, and we'll be good to go.
A 5-minute show.
That's all we need.
Really?
All we need.
That's all we need for you to... Okay.
What's this thing? Weird Science, 10 bewildering things printed in the world's school textbooks. Weirdest. Number 10, my favorite orange. While he's writing that. While you're writing what you got, Nameless Hobo, I will...
My favorite orange... Dude, come on, I'm trying to figure out the math.
I'll read the list.
No, read the question so I can figure... Don't...
Why are you reading it?
It sounds stupid as hell, but prior to deploying, we were out doing a training in the field that was undisturbed. My favorite orange weighs 9/10 of its weight plus 9/10.
I think he's still writing it. Just wait. Let us know when you're done reading it.
Writing
it. God, I've ruined the show. Let us know when you're done writing it, and then we'll read it. I have consumed probably 2 liters of Dunkin' Donuts coffee today.
I know. I'm glad you came here and did this.
A lot, dude.
I don't think you understand.
I don't think you understand that. In the middle of the day, I was playing Sonic 2 and drinking vodka. That's what I did. I drank vodka till I passed out. I passed out for an hour, and I had hallucinogenic. Is that a word?
Yes,
hallucinogenic dreams that were on rotation, and every time I wake up,
you realize how raucous this trip's going to be, right?
I'm getting fucked up. I got fucked up on a Saturday playing Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
I legit passed out for an hour and a half. I woke up.
Digging spade holes for how much are we dug? 16. Okay. What?
Why are you? What's wait?
I know. I'm reading it.
I'm turned up.
Go ahead and read your.
No, sorry. My favorite orange. My favorite orange weighs 9/10 of its weight plus 9/10 of a pound. What does it weigh? Yeah, Fee.
9/10 of a pound.
The answer is. What's the answer? Are you serious? Where's the answer?
There's no answer.
We're done here. I'm walking out.
You're so mad. What? Shut up. Just let him finish it.
I'm waiting. He's saving the show.
God, what an awful show.
I told you.
But I enjoyed it.
Get out.
I like shitty things.
It's the worst day of my life.
I bought a new bike today, so everybody knows.
Ride it in here.
He thought what?
Ride it around.
In the garage?
No.
I've got this.
God,
I've got the scooter. And
we can't go mobile with that because you got.
Yeah, we can. We can take the thing out.
Well, hold up.
We think we'll hold up. Of course we'll hold up.
I don't want to lose the feed.
I don't give a fuck. We're supposed to go off the air anyways in like 2 minutes, but then you got this guy.
He's saving the show.
He's saving the show. He's saving my ass.
He's saving the show.
Yeah, you're right.
I ruined the show. Thank you. Keep writing, man.
Drunk man caught what?
What? This is ridiculous.
What?
Look at this shit. This is what's going on. This is the worst show I've ever done.
Strange case of identity.
And in 3 weeks, we're going to Boston, Massachusetts. What are we
I
gonna?
can't believe it's 3 weeks away.
It is.
I
can't
I want it
believe
to be like tomorrow.
I can't believe you agreed to go.
Why?
You're going
Why
to
are we
Boston?
talking about? We need to talk about this on the next. All right.
What are you? Oh, so you're gonna shut down? We're gonna start another show.
Yeah.
What is it gonna be called?
I don't know.
Preview to Money in the Bank. Kiss my ass. Kiss my
There you go.
ass with wrestling.
All right. Now I can tell his story that he's done. I
He's
think
done?
he's done.
There's no way he's done yet. When you're done, write done.
I think he's done.
Because I don't want to blue ball
I think he's done.
the story.
It sounds stupid as hell, but prior to deploring, I did it again. Because my life is deplorable. That's what I'm
Because
used to
I'm
saying.
here. Because I'm here. That's why.
It sounds stupid as hell, but prior to deploying...
It's not lame.
No, because it's actually kind of creepy. It sounds stupid as hell, but before deploying, we were out doing training in a field that was undisturbed. We were digging spade holes for a howitzer, and we dug about 6 to 10 inches into a previously undisturbed patch of ground, and found a bright yellow banana that was rotten in the slightest, somehow buried in that deep under a layer of grass that had developed root structure, which is to say it had been several months at least since it was dug or messed with. I never saw any manifestation, but the COP I spent 6 months on was supposedly haunted by jinn. Ooh, by a jinn. That's kind of cool. I like jinns.
I don't think it's lame at all. I
don't think it's actually kind of...
Thank you for writing it.
Dude, if I saw that shit, I'd be like, what the fuck's going on here?
Some links were shared last week by people in the group.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, no, I actually looked them up, but some of the stories are long, so... What?
I'm not.
They're like really long.
Hobo was saying that there's one. There's like a whole bunch of stories. Just gotta sift through some stuff.
Yeah. She sent a link to Sixpence. That's him right there.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Dude,
Tanner. Don't say his last name.
I'm not gonna say your last name, but your name is so badass, like for real.
Tanner.
Let's see here.
Did you see the new logo that I made for this awful show? I might just quit while we're behind.
You can't quit. I quit.
Oh, I guess we're both gonna quit.
What's that? Oh my god.
See, the worst part is there's gonna be people that are like, you did a really good job. Keep up the good work and stop being Eeyore.
Not
One of my
time.
friends said. Exactly. Swing and a miss. So should we go off the air and do a quickie after we ride the bike around? Combat Outpost.
Oh, okay.
That's why I said COP.
Because
I knew it wasn't cop.
I don't know.
Because I know you're amped up. So I mean,
amped up. I have no idea what's going on.
Let's take full advantage of the amped upness. Let's do what we got to. We have to, because this has been shit.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for admitting it. I ruined the show.
I loved it.
Why don't I just leave and then you just start a new Sloth on Saturday night after I leave, and I'll go home and watch it.
No.
That's a better idea.
That's the worst idea.
That's a much better idea. We should take the laptop to fucking
Wawa.
Denny's and go.
All right, you want to?
Nah.
I mean, I'm down.
They're not gonna let us in.
Yeah,
They're gonna say we just saw the stream and it was so bad. You can't come in here. That was the worst show he's ever
The worst
been
part is
to.
I'm so full of food I don't even care.
I'm not hungry at all.
I'm not either, but sometimes you gotta eat after you fail. I already read that. I'm not doing that.
But we haven't read it on air. I can read it.
No, it's too long.
That's what we only got time.
Dude, it's been an hour and like 20 minutes. Let's just cut it. Let's just cut it and do a real show. Come on. 6 months is long.
Andre's still here?
Oh my god.
We're the other viewer, thank you. Why'd you stay with us? This has been terrible.
Maybe he likes the banter.
Hey, maybe. Thanks,
Maybe
man.
he likes this.
Dude, Hobo, Fee, and Andre, thank you for being witness to my
You see where I stopped the video?
Yeah.
You see how excited I was?
You were?
See how excited I was to start the show? Now look.
Read that one.
Look at me. This is what I look like now.
Because I've ruined it. Read what he just posted something, but I can't make it up.
Supposedly an Afghan security guard was killed by one of these jinn in one of the towers, but I was never able to corroborate. That's kind of cool. How badass. Dude, he's like an American hero jinn. Like, he's... Dude, come on. Get out of here, Stanley Myers.
He's here. Don't make me turn it to complete... Keep finishing what you're saying.
Dude, Fee's like so into it. Why isn't she here?
Because she's not even watching this. She's listening to it. For those of you guys in the chat who don't know, Theory Nicavo is my fiance.
Oh wait, hold on. No, I gotta tell her because I did.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I was gonna say her birthday was yesterday, and because she loves me so much, she's watching this instead of watching what she wants to be watching right now, which is Orange Is the New Black season 2.
Dude, why isn't she watching that?
She was
ruined
watching
her
it.
fucking life, man.
I have ruined her life.
You echo so hard. All right, Sophie. I'd like to tell you, I was going to wait till we did the show. Happy birthday.
He forgot.
The reason I
I'm
don't
joking.
The reason I don't tell happy birthday to people via Facebook
HBD
is because people crawl out of the fucking woodwork once a year to wish people a happy birthday on Facebook that they never comment to or like or talk to ever, and it means absolutely nothing to me when people say, "Hey buddy, happy birthday," and I haven't seen them since high school or even later than that. Like, even middle school, some of these people. And that's all they do is once a year come in and say, "Happy birthday, buddy," and then they leave. And when I try to promo stuff like this or things like this, they don't show up or they don't share the links or they don't click like. And that's why happy birthday now and not happy birthday on Facebook. Bam, boom.
Why are you cutting birthday promos?
Should I just cut promos on people? Because I'm good at that.
Who are we gonna? No, let's not do that. You want to read some? Even though they weren't submitted to us, we could read ghost stories that were submitted from other people on the web.
The fucking show and do a real show.
On what? I want to read ghost stories. That's what we're here for.
But it's been over an hour now.
I know for a fact.
An hour and a half.
That's what Hobo's here for. He wants to hear ghost stories and paranormal activity. He doesn't want to hear us banter.
Gins are pretty bad. I like gins because I play Magic the Gathering, and gins are kind of cool.
I'll tell you what.
All right,
It can't be reading one of these stories can't be any worse than what's already happened.
Can I tell that one?
You want to read it?
Yeah, I want to read it.
I'm wearing these glasses. I came prepared for this shit.
Fine.
Let me read one story.
Dude, you got to put the hood up.
All right. This show has been a train wreck.
Actually, it's been really fun.
It's been a train wreck.
It's been really fun.
I always have fun hanging out with you, but
get the fuck out of here. No one has fun with me.
All right.
I'm clingy and needy, and I mooch off of everything.
I want to apologize to you guys for being here. I've ruined the show, and in my attempts to salvage it, I will read a ghost story, and just bear with me on this one, all right? I'm nearly blind. I had a gallon of coffee. He's going to go pee, and Slenderman's going to get him.
You can't say stuff like that.
Deal with it. All right, this story is called.
Right here.
This story is called "Lonely Spirit?" ? Lonely Spirit?
Question mark.
Get out of here! I can't concentrate.
Okay,
all right, here we go.
Right here.
About 13 years ago, my mother bought an older house in Hillsdale, New York. It's a Greek roof. We could probably hear you pissing on the air. I hope that's water. Oh my god. They're actually chatting with each other in the chat room. That's really cool. All right, for real. About 13 years ago, my mother bought an older house in Hillsdale, New York. It's a Greek revival, about 175 years old. A really beautiful house. She bought it from a family that used it as a vacation home. But she and I moved in full time. My son had just been born with severe health problems, so I was at the hospital a lot. In fact, I didn't actually spend the night there until about a month after we moved in. The first day I was there alone, I was in a small room off the dining room used as an office on the internet and talking to a friend on the phone. I started to hear a strange beeping noise from the kitchen. It was a fast-pitched, continuous beep. I took the phone into the kitchen to see what it was and found the digital clock on the stove was going nuts. It had a dial that you used to set it, and it was as if someone was just spinning the dial around and around, although the dial wasn't moving. I took a quick look around the house thinking there was some kind of electrical problem, but nothing else was acting strange. All the lights worked. The PC was still running fine, etc. All this time, the clock was still beeping away. After a few minutes, I got a little freaked out and told my friend I would call her back. I left the house and walked around the block and went to the store, taking my time. When I got back, it had stopped, and the clock worked fine from then on. Several months later, my husband and I were spending the night there. My mother was asleep upstairs, and he and I were in the same little room, folding laundry. We both heard a woman say, "Hello?" loud and clear in the dining room. We quickly decided it was time to go to bed. On the way, I checked on my mom, just to make sure. Sound asleep. During the same time, I would often feel a presence upstairs on the landing, especially at night. Like if I got up to use the bathroom, I would just know someone was coming towards the door, and I'd have to wait a few minutes for the feeling to pass. A couple of years later, my husband was gone, and I was staying with my mother in the back bedroom, which looks out over the garden. Mom and I were there with a friend when Mom said, "Who's in your room?" We all looked, but no one was there, and Mom said it must have been a trick off the light. A few minutes later, the window that she had seen someone through slammed shut. There aren't any streetlights back there, and it got pretty dark at night, so there was a nightlight in that room. I eventually had to take it out because it would be on for a minute and then off for a minute, although it was probably a short. Soon after, I was laying in the pitch black when a small bright white light zoomed out of the corner of the room near the ceiling. It floated around a little, then zoomed out the door. At first I thought, oh, a lightning bug, but then I realized that fireflies are yellowish, they flash on and off, and they are slower. Another time I was sleeping in the front bedroom and bent over to use the dustpan. My back was to the door to the landing. My shirt rode up, and I felt like a cat's tail brushed across my lower back. There were no cats around, and it would have been a little high anyway. Now, during this time, my mother never experienced anything. She didn't really believe anything was in the house, although she's open-minded about the paranormal. I had noticed that standing at the top of the stairs, I often felt dizzy. Mom had actually fallen down the stairs. The animals would sit in the hall and stare up at the top of the stairs. My mom decided to redo the kitchen, dining room, and small office, and soon it felt like someone was there almost all the time. One evening, my mom and I were downstairs watching the TV. The dog and the cat were in the room. All of a sudden, we heard a loud bang from upstairs. We all jumped about a mile. After 15 minutes or so, I finally got the courage to go upstairs and found a box of Christmas ornaments in the middle of the landing. It had been on the bed on the back bedroom, a distance of about 15 feet. After that, we had a talk with the spirit, explaining that the house had been rotting, and that she would like the final result of the renovations. It was fairly quiet after that. We did find out that an older woman had lived there, had been confined to the back bedroom, and had died there about 50 years ago. Whoa.
You can definitely read a lot better with the glasses on.
Well, that's why I brought the glasses. I thought that last week I was stumbling. I mean, I stumbled a little bit there, but the thing that really creeped me out was the feeling about the white light in the bedroom, because that happened to my grandparents, and I think that is actually something that signifies a spirit is there.
There's people actually talking in the...
Yeah, they're talking to themselves. It's pretty cool. I appreciate that. I know it was a random story, and I just felt
Thanks for the HBD shut up. Yeah.
I felt like we should actually, read a ghost story or two.
I mean, that's what we promised.
Yeah.
Spooky stories and dude, I love Nate's story.
Nate's story was
we need to condense it so it's like it rolls more off, but God.
Sometime within our life, we need to film that. That would be amazing. We're going to actually start filming. Well, I've always had...
He actually... Hold on.
Yeah.
He sent me a thing. Oh, God, that hurt.
Yeah?
No. Go ahead, keep talking while I get this thing.
I've been wanting to film horror short films, like 10, 15-minute long movies for the longest time. Not just horror.
Shorts?
Yeah, shorts, Short films. But not just horror, but other things too. We have some other ones on our YouTube.
NBC is running a contest to pitch... God, come on.
What's wrong with you?
He's going to immediately text me as I start reading it to... God, I hate all you people.
But we're going to start filming some
you
soon.
people type of you people.
And one of them is a horror film, and hopefully we can start filming it soon now that we have one of the major props.
Now that we have the major props, my new bicycle.
So be on the lookout for that.
Did you see how hard that echoed outside?
It did echo.
NBC is running a contest to pitch a comedy show to them. Judges will pick 2 submissions to become new shows. Online voting will pick another to become a digital show.
The thing that had happened, Fiorina, was that there was a ghost in the back bedroom, and it was haunting the house. Who's going to pick a new show? NBC?
NBC. They're picking 2 shows to become shows on their lineup, and then one will become a digital show.
On their lineup?
Yes.
What's
NBC.
What's on their lineup, though?
I don't know. Does NBC even have shows anymore?
Of course. You know what I've been wanting to do is a Sloth the Money, us living together somewhere. And how that would play out.
What, the roomies thing?
Yeah, roomies.
Yeah.
You don't want to do it?
We could do S versus...
We need to do that. There's so much we need to do. We just need to start doing Have you guys read anything from About Paranormal? What's that?
What is that? See, I feel so underprepared this week.
Let me see.
That's bone-chillingly creepy.
What's that?
I don't know the story.
Oh, the story I told.
Yeah.
It is a little weird.
I'm just like I told you, my body is ready, but my mind is just worn out.
About Paranormal, a paranormal.about.com. Thank you, Hobo. Andre, thanks for staying. I know I said it before, but I really do appreciate it.
We actually really do, even though we suck ass at this tonight.
It's just,
Last week was fucking amazing.
Well, like I said, we can't base.
But we can't base it all off of that. Because there are going to be better. There are going to be better nights. I'm hiding my phone in my fat, just so you know, because I love putting stuff there. Because when I pull it out, it's all warm.
It's fine with me. I mean, you know what? The stories don't have to be submitted directly to us. Let's read some more. They like hearing it, I think.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I can always. I got my hoodie.
Creepiest thing that personally happened to me. I got a call over the radio saying, "Chamber around. When you go back to the barracks, there is apparently a mountain lion loose on the COP."
Ooh. Wow.
Nope.
Okay.
How did you deal with that? Did you actually ever see a mountain lion, or how did you get away from that?
This sounds like that story. Biscuit. Remember that time Biscuit submitted a story to us about
the original Biscuit.
No, I want to believe it was the fake Biscuit. I want to believe he killed the real Biscuit and then ate his corpse.
Maybe he did.
You never know.
So, go read a story. You read one. Well, I'm loading one up.
Can I tell the story about that time I almost died when my tonsils exploded?
Yeah, sure.
Because that's terrifying to me because I almost died.
Tell it.
So I don't have to chop up the link. Cool.
Okay, sweet.
All right, so you're going to get a quick sloth story here, which is kind of oxymoronic. In my lifetime, I've actually almost died probably about 5 times. And within those 5 times, I've never even come across anything paranormal, like maybe there's like a life after this, anything waiting for us. I never had any of the drug trips that your body starts producing, any of that stuff. But I'll tell you the one that made me fear for my life the most. I was in, I believe, 7th grade or 6th grade. During the night, I was sleeping soundly. The night before, I remember very specifically, I had Doritos and Tostino's pizza rolls. The next morning when I woke up, my tonsils had ruptured in my sleep, and I was throwing up blood. I was throwing up blood into the sink, I was throwing up blood into the floor, and on the ride to the hospital, I was throwing up blood into the back of the car. I was pulling out chunks of meat from my throat because I couldn't breathe right. And then when I got there, they were like, shit just hit the fan. It was just weird because when you're in 7th grade, you're like, why am I throwing up blood? I'm about to die, guys. What's going on? So they lay me down on a gurney thing and they roll me into this room. They're like, so we're gonna have to put you under with some sedatives, and we're gonna have to cut that stuff out of your throat. And I was like, okay. So I'm scared as shit, So the last thing, I'm starting to pass out from the what is the gas, whatever it is, anesthesia. And the last thing I remember is seeing the giant light and seeing a group of people staring down around me and hearing all their technical terms. And I wake up, what felt like almost instantly, just snap. And I tried to talk, and the only thing that came out was because I couldn't get anything to come out. There's no traction on the vocal cords or anything, and more or less, that was probably the scariest moment of my life where I thought I was gonna die, and that's why it's scary to me. It's not actually like oogie boogie, like a boogeyman popping out and scaring you, or Slenderman trying to have 2 girls kill somebody to bring him to life. But it was very scary for me because, throwing up blood. Sounds like a metal song, but throwing up blood.
Well, I'm happy that you made it. I'm happy that
some days I'm glad I wish I would have.
I've been in a couple of car accidents, the one we were in together. There's been a couple times that I thought I was going to die. Well, not thought I was going to die, but
there's a couple times I knew I was going to die. And I did.
See, I never had that, but there's been a few times where I was like, after I had lived, I thought about the day after and went, I could have died. But I've never had anything that severe. That's pretty crazy.
He thinks the creepiest thing that he experienced.
It's from Andre. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I think the creepiest thing that I experienced was a dream I had while sleeping next to an ex-girlfriend. And then Hobo said, all my creepy experiences are stupid stories about being in combat. I have led a boring life.
Dude, no, you haven't.
No.
The fact that you were in combat is more exciting than anything I've ever done my entire life. And kudos to you, and thank you for serving. And I also will say earlier, I was asking you about the mountain lion and if you had to deal with it or not, and he said that he didn't, that they watched it on the thermals for about an hour and a half, and I guess it just escaped. That would have sucked to have to deal with that thing.
Maybe he was trying to start a war against humans. What? Mountain lions versus humans?
I don't
Could you
know
imagine?
what you're talking about. I will say that I almost said Tanner, but Hobo posted a link that goes to the paranormal.about.com, and it's basically like stories of ghosts, the paranormal and unexplained that readers swear are true. I did pick a story because it kind of pertains to what we were talking about just a few minutes ago about like alternate dimensions and synchronicity. I would like to read it because I feel like I never read anything other than that one story, and you always have to do the reading.
Well, I mean, it's fine.
Bear with me.
I really wanted to just do a real show after this, but I mean, we're running out of time to do a real show now.
Don't even worry about it.
I want to do a real show.
So now, I'm going to read this story, and what do you want to do a show about?
Let's say we cut it off at it's obviously not 10:22. Let's cut the show off at like 1:30, and then we can do like a short 30-minute show.
All right, that's fine.
All right,
Hobo.
I wrecked a bike once and sliced my leg open.
That's crazy.
The room I was in. Okay, we're gonna wait for him to finish his story.
All right, once you guys finish writing that, we'll read it. But like I said, I found a story that I did want to read. I don't know what it's about, other than what the title suggests. So bear with me. It's called.
No, because she totally lied. Did she say she hasn't experienced anything? Let's see. Hold on. Where's it at? Where's it at? I have not experienced much in the way, but then she says, I heard fucking footsteps in the house when no one was home. She's a lying ass.
All right, here we go. She's a mountain lion. Yeah. All right, here we go.
Is she a mountain lion ass?
I thought for about 10 minutes the show was back on the rails. And then, God damn it, let me tell you. All right.
Oh, son of a bitch!
From young doppelganger to time. Fucking A.
By Fran.
Young doppelganger or time slip. Back in 2000, my youngest daughter and I were moving from Oregon to New York. My daughter was 7 years old at the time, and I bought a little Cape Cod house in a tiny town called Painted Post. Prior to moving to New York, I lived in Gresham, Oregon, and I had a neighbor, an older man who was about 70-something, and his name was George. I became good friends with George. I would go see him almost daily and talk with him, and he had asked me to help him with a wound on his leg. The man was in a wheelchair and had injured his leg, and this wound had a hard time healing. He asked me to change his bandage daily since I was in the medical field, and I knew how to do sterile wound care. George had a severe stroke and passed away. I was so deeply sad. He was like a second father to me. When I talked to him through the time he was alive, he told me how he traveled a lot. He would drive brand new cars for dealerships across the country. When my daughter and I were on our way driving to New York, I became ill with a cold and didn't feel well. It was the second or third day that I decided I better rest. My daughter and I stopped in a motel along the highway. I fell asleep while my little girl watched TV. That evening, I had to take my Cocker Spaniel out for a walk and get stuff from the car. A man in the room next to me came out and he was friendly. We started to chat. I couldn't help but stare at him. He looked very much like a young George. His hair had the unique hairline that George had. He told me that he had a little girl and a wife and that he traveled a lot. George also had a daughter and a wife who had passed away before I had met George. But the weirdest thing, the man had a pair of shorts on. Since it was July and it was very warm outside, I looked down his leg, and there was a scar. The scar was in the exact same place that George had his wound, and I knew that wound well since I took care of it daily for several weeks. That man was either some kind of a double, or I stepped back into time and met George as a young man. Or who knows. It was so very strange. That's exactly what I'm talking about, dude. What if he became not so much reincarnated, but what if he came back again as himself, but he didn't know this woman, and they happened to be in the same place at the same time?
All right. Well, are you ready for this mind-blowing stuff? Because this is more of the, I don't know, maybe we should focus on spiritual stuff. Well, I can focus on spiritual stuff because these are the kinds of things that I look up and have listened to. There's another theory. I can't give you the actual name of the religion. I don't remember what it's called. Where people think that everyone involved in our lives somehow cycles through like this great cosmic, like I don't want to say washing machine, like a cycle, like through like washing, drying, blah blah blah. But everyone involved in our lives end up playing a different role in each other's lives in our next life. Like, say your father now will be your best friend in your next life, or say me right now, I could be your mother in your next life. But we're all like mishmashed together, and we all play different roles in each other's lives, in each of our incurring lives in the future, and in the past they've happened. I don't know, man. It's weird because it seems actually pretty possible. Because when you really think about it, sometimes when you meet your friends, don't you hate them sometimes? And you're like, cool, that could have been your brother or sister in your past life. And you're just recurring those thoughts about hating your brother or sister. Or when you meet somebody and it, boom, you take right off with them, that could have been your father or mother in your previous life. Just saying, it's like when we met, we totally kind of were awesome together, even though people were like, no, don't go hang out with him.
We've only ever had one. We didn't even have a fight. We had
You were mad for like a day.
I was mad at you for one day, and I can't even just over a computer.
Yeah, because your computer, I couldn't fix it.
Was that even it? I think you got a
I swear.
computer or something.
I don't know what it was.
I'm sure I was like mad. I was just in a bad mood.
I don't know.
But yeah, time slipping and like time traveling stuff creeps me out too.
See, bam, nameless hobo, missing 411, the shit that creeps me out. Even though you're like, oh, you mean they get kidnapped? No, they go missing. They go missing.
What are you talking about? Missing children?
Yeah, like stuff like that. But
Slenderman.
it happens to people too.
I know. I don't like when I go to Walmart and I see that board and it has all the missing kids.
You mean like that Ouija board?
Not quite. Not quite like that one.
So I'm gonna read Andre's story now.
Yep, please do.
Or Anders.
It's not Ander. Andre, if you are listening to the sound of my voice, I know you are. Go to sloththemoney.com and get on our Facebook and join our group. Pretty much everyone that has taken part in the chat room within the last week of these two shows,
we've given you shout outs.
Yeah,
constantly.
But we also talk to them, like people that had been in the chat or a part of the Facebook group.
We also want to give away stuff, but
but just join our community. There's like just a few of us, but it's cool to know our fans.
I think, did Andre come from 4chan or did he come from the Instagrams? I'd like to know that.
I'm not sure. We've had some, like, the Instagram
stuff. We've had a very eclectic mix of people showing up.
I have no idea where everyone came from.
Exactly.
But I'm happy.
I'm going to tell his story now.
Go ahead.
Did I set it back to black and white? I did. I set it back to black and white for you telling the stories.
Did you really?
Yep.
Well, for me, I'm telling my own fucking words.
You did great, man.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, this is great practice. We're doing good. This is only the second show we've ever done like this. So.
This is true.
Well, the third show, but the second one didn't happen.
That did not happen.
All right. See where it starts. I dreamed that I wanted to see the Daedra. It's a demon lord from the Elder Scrolls, and she put a chair on the floor in this dream. The room I was in had a little window, and it was slightly foggy. She put the chair on the floor and said, "Come out." And in the next moment, a figure emerged from the chair. It was black, and the fog in the room went black as well. It had horns and a ghostly, deep, vibrating voice, and I could feel it in my body as in the sleep. It said, "What do you want?" And I froze. I ripped myself out of the dream, and I woke up. I was a little dizzy that day, and I occasionally saw him again beside her. Yes, you can call it that. I think that's what he said. I think that's part of the story. I'm not sure. Andre, maybe you met a djinn. There you go. I don't think that's part of the story.
Yeah,
but I tried. Doesn't matter. I tried. Get out of here, phone. You're so loud and shitty.
Should we read another one from the about.com paranormal?
I just got a text from Nate about
Saying to shut the show down. Mike's the worst.
He's telling this stupid. All right, Nate was dabbling and talking about being a stand-up comedian,
Okay.
and he's texting me the joke that he constantly tells me about because it's actually kind of a good joke, and you hear it constantly just going off right here on my phone.
Go ahead.
Should I tell the joke, everybody? Does everybody want to hear a joke to lighten up the mood, or do you want to hear about jizz?
Tell the joke. What is going on?
I'm gonna keep getting. I'm just gonna.
Thank you for your story.
Who? Who you
The story you just read.
Andre?
Yeah.
Andre. You know, if you said his name backwards, it would be Rebu Erdna.
Synchronicity.
Yeah.
Did I tell you what I was doing last week at work?
What?
I didn't tell you that?
What?
Oh my God! Synchronicity. Last week at work,
Did you hear this just going?
Dude, I know, but I work. I unload stuff in trailers all day long, and last week at work I got bored, so I just started thinking about people's names backwards.
Yeah, my name is Rusted North Militia.
But I didn't tell you that I did that.
No.
I spent like 40 minutes doing that.
No.
Yes, I did.
Dude, you have tears.
I'm scared. I'm fucking scared shitless right now. Why would you read his name backwards? Of all the things, I spent 40 minutes doing it backwards.
He's crying.
Oh my God. When I get terrified, tears just fucking fall down my face. The best one I came up with was one of Fee's friends. Her name was Bantel Crooks. That was my favorite one.
Why are you crying?
Oh my God. I was reading people's names. I wasn't even reading. I was thinking of people's names backwards for 40 minutes. Why would you say his name backwards would be...
Well, you know what they say, shitty minds think alike.
No, it's called synchronicity.
It's called Autism Speaks.
It's called synchronicity, right there.
It's not synchronicity. But yes, my name backwards is the Rutziv Nosnunch.
You want to read this one? It's called Shadow Ghost.
Oh wait, no, God damn it! I gave away my real name. I'm supposed to be Sloth or Victor.
People know who we are. My name was in the chat. I think we should read this one called Shadow Ghost of the Hostel because we're going to go to this hotel.
Ovak Nerov.
Because we're going to go to the hotel in Boston. So maybe we'll stay at a hostel instead in Boston.
Now that I've got the do I have the entire dude? Look how much he just texted me.
Are you gonna read all that?
No, I'm not.
Is that a joke?
Right, yeah.
That's all a joke.
That's all a joke.
Exactly.
It's a different type of joke. Why are we still doing this? We should have done a real show. It actually got a lot better.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think
it's been great since the beginning. So
I think it got back on the rails a little bit. I'm gonna read this.
I'm glad you're reading, and I'm glad you came tonight.
You're the only one. You're the only one. Instead of going to a hotel, we're going to stay at a hostel.
Well, let me go ahead and just work this joke in real quick.
How do you have a joke about a hostel?
I don't.
Good.
But, I'm glad you came, and it makes me think about the next time we're going to share this together.
You're going to be alone next time.
No.
What the fuck are you doing?
Next time we're shooting dice.
What in the fuck?
And you crap out, I'll let you get away with it. Go ahead. See? Yeah, I had to work the joke in.
Alrighty. I don't know what you're talking about. Fee, I'm going to have you reported. This story is called Shadow Ghost of the Hostel. This incident took place in the city of Dimapur in Nagaland, India, during my 9th class in 2010. Story goes like this. My home was very far away from my school after we moved in December 2009. Due to this, I had to join hostel in order to continue my schooling. That sucks. Jesus. When I first joined the hostel, there were 3 other senior girls, 1 helper, and the matron. The hostel was just a 5-minute walk from my school. The matron told me that the other girls would be joining the following week. It was the freezing month of February. The hostel was located in a quiet, secluded area behind which stand tall trees, bushes, a little like a forest, but not so dense. There were lots of squirrels too. Unfortunately, 2 little kids joined the hostel that very evening. I was really happy to see them because I thought I'd be alone until the next week since those 3 senior girls of mine would be busy with their books as they were preparing for their final exams. That night we went to bed at 8 o'clock sharp. 3 senior girls were in the school that night, busy with their mathematics, which they were going to write the following day. The dormitory was partitioned into 2 compartments. I slept in the compartment meant for the senior girls while the 2 kids slept in the adjacent compartment. It was possible to hear each other's voices because the partition was not thick. I wasn't able to sleep because of the conversation of the two kids and the lights. The matron told us to sleep with the light switched on. I was not used to it, so I took my towel and hung it up on the rope just in front of my mosquito net in order to block the light that fell on my eyes. Not long after this, I dozed off to a sound sleep until I was awakened by the sound of a kick on the partition of the compartment. I assumed it to be the kids, who in their sleep had kicked it. I looked around for the other 3 girls, but they hadn't returned yet. I looked at the clock on the wall, and it was around 2:30 in the morning. I suddenly heard the laugh of someone. It was a thin voice. I thought it was one of the 2 kids, who might have had a laugh in her dream, so I paid no attention to it, though it sounded a little weird. I turned my body to face the ceiling. Just when I was closing my eyes, I felt someone pulling the towel that I hung to block the light. I was shocked. I opened my eyes to see the towel still hanging on the rope. As I stared at it with complete astonishment, I heard the laugh again, and a shadow-like figure slowly pulling away the towel. I was so frightened that I buried my head under my blanket, closed my eyes, and shut my ears with my fingers and started praying inside my heart. That was my first encounter with the ghost-like being. I was able to sleep until the girls returned. Well, that's spooky. Because a couple days ago, I was trying to go to sleep, and there was nothing but like hoodies on the back of my closet door, and they're all black. But when the lights are completely off, they were hung in such a way that there was hoodies on left and right, but in the middle it was empty space. So when all the lights went out, it looked like there was like an angel with black wings staring at me.
That's awesome.
Yeah, even Fee saw it, and she was like, "That was scary." She saw it, and that's spooky. I never had a ghost like tugging on me, but like I said, I had the ghost, or I swear to God it was a ghost, blow in my ear, and I had the ghost kiss me on the lips. So, what are you laughing about over here? What's going on?
Ghost lips. Corpse lip? You're corpse lips?
That's exactly what happened to me. Corpse lips.
You don't scare me, Mike. You gonna get raped.jpg. Yeah, he's totally from X. Oh no, you revealed your name. Yeah, the Roxy nuts noise.
You gotta get raped.jpg.
What?
That's what he wrote.
I know. That's why I said that.
Get out. That's funny.
Backwards speaking is used in for incantations.
You ever
Dude, you legitimately got scared when I started reading his name backwards.
because synchronicity.
But you almost started crying.
Do you know what scares the shit out? Oh my God, I'm getting scared right now.
Why?
When you know, like all the popular songs, like the Beatles songs, when you play their songs backwards, that's terrifying. It sounds like the devil.
This is why I like doing paranormal shows, because
God.
every time you get scared, you burst into tears.
Oh my God, for like 2 weeks, I had this fascination with listening to songs backwards, and how it would be like devil speak. I'm fucked.
She said it looked more like a duck to her.
I'm spooked.
You're spooked.
Who's a duck?
You know the word?
Because I remember it'd be like 2
the tears
in the morning.
are flowing.
It would be 2 in the morning, and Fee would be sleeping, and I'd be like, "Oh, well, let's look this up," and it'd be like songs backwards, and they would have the lyrics, and it'd be like fucking straight from hell. And I refuse to play some right now. I refuse.
I'll look them up.
Nope, I will walk out.
Well, should I just play? I feel fantastic.
What looked like a duck? It looked like a duck and not an angel? Are you serious? You said, yeah, that was scary. It looked like a goddamn duck.
Are you okay? Screaming at almost 2 in the morning about a duck.
Can you complaints say that your neighbors heard people screaming about ducks, so they called us. Fuck off, cops. Stab your ass with a duck.
I'll stab you. I kicked your duck out of your duck.
Oh my God! What are you playing backwards?
Nothing.
Good. It's the worst day of my life.
This is us.
Nameless Hobo saved the show. Thank you, Andre, for sticking around. Fiorina, you know us. Fuck.
You're so upset.
What else you got, Sloth?
I've got nothing. I mean, I thought I was ready for the show, but it turns out I couldn't have been less ready for the show. I'm glad you came tonight, because
Glad to ruin it. Glad to ruin it for you, buddy.
we're saving that. That's our new background right there.
What happened?
What happened? What?
Shadow puppets.
Played the Beatles backwards. Like walrus.
I'm
the
what's
Eggman.
wrong with you?
Cuckoo,
How does she even know that?
What?
I gotta go home to her.
That's general knowledge.
She doesn't know stuff
That's
like
general
that. Though.
knowledge.
This is the worst.
You want to see you try to ride the bike? That would be hilarious, because I can barely.
Don't try and ride that bike in here.
Yeah, I am. Right on the ceiling. What if you come in here one time and I'm hanging from the ceiling on the mic?
I'll leave.
Do people come for the banter or the scary stories? I hope they don't come for anything.
They don't need to be embarrassed to leave. So I got Skype chatted by a bot earlier.
Really?
Who wanted to have a live cam viewing with me?
Oh, why didn't you do it?
Because it was a bot. That's why I didn't do it.
So, sometimes I've fapped to like people recording me.
What else you got?
I had this, but it's not condensed. I need to actually like research. We live in an area where there's old military forts that are closed down, but people live there, and people have been put on trial and slaughtered there for their transgressions against humanity. I found that. I pulled that word out of my ass. Yeah. Slenderman.
Are you done with?
I'm just mentally done.
What did you just recant?
What?
Were you reading something?
No.
You just said that.
I pulled all that out of my ass.
I thought you were reading a story.
No.
That's why I was quiet.
No, I have to. That's why I said I have to. He comes for the banner and the scary stories. Well, do you come for the live cam shows? Because.
All right.
Mocking Green Entity.
You want to read it?
I'd kind of.
There we go.
Oh, I'm vanishing into the void.
You already said mocking green entity.
But, dude.
That's what you said.
Green is my favorite color.
Green is my favorite color.
Actually, I lied. Black's my favorite color. So
which one do you want to read? Read one.
I don't know, because the other one kind of seems like it's revolved around the Aether, and I like things like the Aether. So
let's go find the number station and break in.
I know where the number station is. Crying Baby Ghosts.
Which one do you want to read?
Crying Baby Ghosts.
This was the site that Hobo gave us.
I know. Thank you, Hobo. You're the man. This is Mocking Green Entity.
I didn't see where it said "I'd" after, so it just says what I read was "run off the road by a black man."
Where?
Right here.
Where? I can't see.
Right, run off the road by a black man. I don't think that's scary at all.
Right,
well, depending on where you live.
I mean,
What do you want to read?
Mocking Green Entity. It's not good. Well, there's also Crying Baby Ghosts. So.
You want to read Mocking Green Entity?
Yeah.
Where are you going?
We're over here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's wrong with your ass?
Where's my hoodie go?
I didn't have an ass.
Where's my hoodie? Where's my hoodie?
Oh.
Where's my hoodie? Dude, seriously, where's my hoodie?
You should see if you can get together a show of black-eyed kids.
No.
What's that?
Oh,
Oh my God! No, that's creepy.
Black-eyed kids?
I don't know what that is, but I just pictured it.
You don't know what black-eyed kids
I just thought about it. It terrified me.
They're children with black eyes.
That's why I got scared. I thought at first he meant what I was talking about, but he talked about something completely scarier.
Yeah,
and speaking of something completely scarier,
I can't find my hoodie.
I have snot running down my nose.
I can't find my hoodie. Where's my hoodie?
Oh God.
I can't tell my stories without the hoodie.
Do you really need it?
Yes, I do.
She says she comes to troll. You know what, Fee? I'm not coming home until that run away.
But you can just live in a spare room.
I'm gonna live here with Slenderman.
Where's my fucking pants?
Should we do? I wanna do a show on black-eyed kids because I don't really
How did it get over here?
know what that is.
How did my hoodie get over here?
I mean, I guess it kind of is self.
That's terrifying. I never went over there. I didn't throw it over there. I don't know how my hoodie got over there.
I don't know how it got over there, but Sloth's getting ready to read some stories.
Since I'm a good storyteller or something like that.
I don't know what happened tonight. The show went off the rails, then somehow it came back onto the rails. Hobo and Andre are keeping the show going. Fee, you've done nothing but troll. I want you to know that.
Actually, this is really good. All these stories are kind of short.
I know exactly. This height's good.
No.
Well, it's good because you can have
No.
good talking points
You know
after.
Just spin it to me. Because I swear to God, this is this. You ready?
Yeah. Well, let's make sure you're on.
Of course I'm on. I
How
know
do you-
it's looking at me, and you're on too. Okay, just go. Don't click anything. Just
Touching my
scroll
hand.
down here, and it'll show right there what's going on in the camera.
All right, God damn it!
Yeah, I hit that shit every time too. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I live in England.
Where's the mask? What are you doing?
The first line is I live in England.
It's Biscuit.
I live in England. Christchurch, to be a bit more precise. I've never really been one to take supernatural occurrences too seriously, but what happened to me last summer, April 2nd, 2013 has never left my mind. I remember speaking to my best friend in school in the first hour of a 3-hour French lesson, which we both despised. We were in year 11 at the time and both enjoyed scary stories and movies of the sort, and we were casually discussing some of the most scary films we had ever seen. He claimed that he had actually seen and had a nightmare that was not too dissimilar to something from one of those paranormal activities movies, except it was him involved and he had a demon try and pull him out of his bed. I'm a little foggy on the details, and I still don't really know if he was pulling my leg or not. Anyway, before I fell asleep, I thought to myself that it would be fun to make up a nightmare to scare him on the bus journey to school. Well, it was late, and I was lying back in my bed, and I must have drifted off. What's weird is, I've never actually been able to fall asleep on my back. As silly as it sounds, I'm scared of swallowing my tongue. But what happened next to this day is the most terrifying experience of my life. And I was hit by a car when I was 11. I remember that I had fallen asleep with my light off, but when I awoke, my light was on. What woke me up was this odd pressure on my chest, like something was sitting on me. I hastily opened my eyes to see this fat, ugly green thing surrounded in a dark green mist. There was a sound of bells, the kind you hear when a train's coming. They were definitely loud in my ears. The thing was right in front of my face now, mere inches between my face and it. It began laughing in an awful, loud, cackling laugh, as if it was mocking me. I tried to scream for help, but I was scared silent. It must have recognized this because it then became a dark red, and the laughing became much darker, much more sinister. I was pretty sure I was going to die. My mom came rushing into the room to find me sitting, just bolting upright with tears streaming down my cheeks. She simply hugged me and said, "It's okay." Since that event, I have never mocked the supernatural for fear of those who do. Whatever it was, I hope to God that it doesn't come back.
I've been holding that cough for a minute.
Yeah, I know. I heard you trying not to
Almost
explode. But thank you.
When the tears were going down his face, I thought about me.
Yeah, exactly. That's who I thought about.
And they were talking about someone wearing green, I thought about you.
Yeah, exactly.
Except for the mean
Hold
part.
on. Which is ironic. That's why I wanted to do the story, because let's go ahead and let's cut to my hoodie real quick. There you go. There's my hoodie, bright green. Now we're going back to black and white. Yeah, now you really are just a shadow in the distance.
I know, because I'm definitely sitting far back. I want to do a show on Black-Eyed Kids.
All right.
We should do mini shows like they do on the what's that thing called?
I don't remember.
Well, I know that was vague. What you were telling me about where it's like, yeah, here's where it really gets creepy.
Oh, things they don't want you to know.
Dude,
Stuff they don't want you to know.
Hobo, look up stuff they don't want you to know on YouTube if you're not.
Things they don't want you to.
Or I think it's one of the two. But things or stuff they don't want you to know on YouTube. It's just a whole bunch of like short conspiracy videos. If you don't know
my
about
favorite
it.
ones are the ones about Nikola Tesla, and I can't wait to do a show on Nikola Tesla one day.
We should do. Well, you
know how excited I am to do it. Oh, if you like the paranormal, I don't know what the fuck was that? Did you hear that?
No, it was me. Probably.
No, the sound outside.
No, I don't want to talk about sounds outside.
All right. Well, I'm going to tell another story.
Read another one.
Hopefully I'm doing better as a storyteller. I've gotten better, I hope.
Doing better than me. I can't even breathe.
I can't either. I've got the allergies. We're actually about to hit the time mark where we need to shut her down.
We've done 2 hours.
Yes.
Are you serious? We got 10 more minutes? How do we do 2 hours?
There's a bug on your thing.
I keep waiting for a... What the fuck is that? Where did that come from?
I knocked it off.
Did you hit him over to here, though?
Dude, your keyboard's the exact same keyboard I have.
Where'd he go?
Nope.
He's got to die.
Okay.
Yeah, we have like the same computer.
Except yours is bigger and blacker.
And uncut. You ever hear that from Chris Rock?
No. It's a funny one. This is my true ghost story. I was about 14 and my best friend Missy was about 17. We lived in a very small town in northern Michigan. I stayed overnight at her house on the weekends often, and we would usually play cards, watch TV, and go for walks around the small lake that was at the central part of our small town. I heard her tell a story to her parents, other friends, and she would tell it to me often as well. I heard the babies crying again last night, she said. She would describe hearing babies cry out. I can't even do it. What's wrong? She would describe hearing babies cry outside her bedroom in the hallway, always at night. Her bedroom was the only room in the second floor, and to get there, we would go up the stairs, turn to the right, and walk down a hall parallel to the staircase to get to her room at the end of the hall. I heard her tell this story many times, and I did not disbelieve her. I just listened and thought, that's weird, I guess. Missy and I were not the type of people to go gossip or make things up, and I couldn't see her making this up to get attention or anything, but I would usually just dismiss it, and we'd go on about our day. Until one night, when I heard the cries for myself. I slept on a pile of blankets and pillows, a blanket nest, at the end of her bed. We just turned out the light and said goodnight to one another. About 1 minute later, I began to hear a baby crying. I said, Missy, I hear them. She said, don't worry, it'll stop soon. So I didn't worry. I just listened. The sound went from one baby to maybe 3. Then it sounded like it went back down to one baby. Then back to multiple babies crying again. It went like this for maybe 4 or 5 minutes. It was quite a while, and I remember thinking to myself, in somewhat of an annoyance, when will this stop? Because it seemed to be lasting for quite a while. When it finally ended, I think I said something like, I don't hear them anymore. And she replied something I don't remember, but we just went to sleep. Ever since then, I believe in ghosts. Not only because I actually heard them myself, but because we both heard them at the same time. And because I heard her tell the story so many times before. It was very strange, to say the least.
And every time we do a show like this, or I listen to a Ghost to Ghost or a Coast to Coast, falling asleep at night's really hard.
See, it's not for me, so... Oh, Dogman? Jeez. Yeah.
What's not for you?
What?
What?
Falling asleep.
Oh, hard?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm creeped out because I'm gonna think about the ghost. I'm gonna think about the kids with the blacked out eyes,
They're not black. Well, yeah, blacked out eyes.
and I'm also gonna think about Slenderman again, and I'm also gonna
You
think
mean that
about
Slenderman?
that one right there. I keep thinking about because like Slenderman himself is not scary, but it's only scary when I picture it happening at the most like inopportune moments. Right now, imagine it standing behind us and we don't know, but they can see it, type of deal. Like that stuff is what scares
Well,
me.
the worst part is there's a delay when they type.
So what if they're warning us that it's there right now?
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Whatever.
creepy. Dude, what is that? That looks like the devil. Those are legs. Those are
Well, if you
arms.
have any questions,
That's a torso, and that's the horns.
there you go.
It won't turn up.
Did you want to switch again, Ryan, or
What do you want? You gonna read another one? Or you doing?
I don't know? You want me to read one?
We still have 6 minutes left.
We got 6 minutes.
What do you want to talk about?
Well, what I was really going to do was I was going to go hang this up behind you, so when we went back to it, you would shit your pants.
Terrific. Because that would have been great.
I'm a good friend, just so everybody knows.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm soaking up all the light.
I feel like Michio Kaku is the best name ever. I've heard that name before because Brian Alvarez, but
yeah,
it's awesome.
we're never going to be that good. Are we?
I don't even care anymore.
I do.
I've given up on success with this.
fuck
I
out.
just do this for fun. As long if it was just Hobo or just Fee or just Andre,
Here we go.
every week I'd be happy.
The name of the story is Mysterious Balls of Light and Time Weirdness. I like looking at myself talk. Look at who's this handsome fellow right there. Look at this fight. You just disappeared into the darkness. Okay. Wow, this one's really short, but okay. Are you ready?
I'm fighting him off.
You're fighting a man. This took place on the Nisqually Riverbank in Yelm, Washington, June 2001. Approximate time, 8:30 p.m. My stomach hurt. I lived at that time 15 minutes from the river to my house. Well, there I was fishing down at the river. There were 2 casts. When I was on my 3rd cast, I noticed what was like a T-Boldo. Me, 2 tiki torches. What's going on here? I noticed what looked like 2 tiki torches coming down a spiral stairway down the bank where I knew there was not anything like that there the day before. Then it sounded like 2 people talking and laughing, and all the while getting closer to me. I suddenly realized these things were not torches, but they were balls of light. They did not emit any sound or vibration, yet they were glowing, but not enough to shed any light on the beach in front of me. And they were still coming towards me. When they were still probably 500 feet in front of me, I ran up into the trees and found an old, down cedar tree and laid down next to it as close as I could get. Within seconds, the whole area lit up above me. Everything was a dark green with black shadowing, just like a black light. Only this was green. I didn't know what made me get up and run from the river, but when I did, I turned just in time to see these balls of light joining together and just disappear. I was losing my mind. Here's where it gets weirder for me. I got back to my house around 11:45 p.m., and my wife asked me if I forgot something, and why was I back so soon. It took me less time to get home, and it took 2 years before I went there again.
Thank you for reading.
Why?
I just thank you. If you can see what Hobo said, he posted some more stuff to the Facebook group about Dogman, and a link about Michigan Dogman, and it's to a thread about 60 pages long. Thank you.
Awesome.
We have someone that joined. Hello, called Hickey Hojo.
Did we really have someone?
Yeah.
Awesome.
His name is Hickey Hojo, and he joined up, and he then said that fuck babies.
Yep.
Where'd that come from? And then Fee said, says the man with the baby, screaming baby as his
Exactly.
profile. And he wrote, I didn't even realize that, which is funny. So thank you for joining. That's cool.
I guess we have time for one more story.
Go ahead, man. Thank you guys for coming out with us tonight. I appreciate it. It's been ridiculous.
The name of the story is Black-Eyed Kids at the Traffic Light. I never heard of Black-Eyed Kids until I had my experience the other night and started doing my own research. It was all so surreal that I'm not even sure that I even understand the facts, other than I was driving my car and I was very much awake. It was the night of January 20th, 2014 at approximately 2:10 in the morning.
What time is it right now?
Right now it's 2 o'clock. I had just left for work and was taking a less traveled road home. It was the old 441 on Tavares, Florida. Everything was going as normal on my typical drive home until I came to a red light. No cars on the road at all, just me sitting there. Now the rest of my account took less than a minute, but it seemed as though time stood still and sounds very long and drawn out. When I came to my stop, out of the darkness on the passenger side of the car, all of a sudden a teenager appeared. He was about 15 feet away from my car. He was wearing blue jeans and a hoodie that was up over his head. From what I could see, it appeared that he had little to no facial features, especially in his eyes. The eyes were blacker than the darkness around me. Darker.
Dude.
What?
Oh, it's us.
Yeah, it's us.
I thought that was someone in the backyard. Oh my god.
The eyes were darker than the night sky. I was very freaked out and scared beyond explanation, and I turned my gaze off of him and looked back towards the light when I saw what looked like an identical twin crossing the road, very, very slowly in front of my car, as though to hold me up if the light did change. The next thing I knew, the boy, or demon, was at the side of my car, approaching as though he was going to get in. I was filled with an overwhelming fear, and I thought I was going to die. At the time, I remember thinking, this is the angel of death. I also thought about running the light. I had a feeling as though they were somehow talking to each other without talking out loud. As far as I know, he never touched the car. The car started to approach from behind me, and as the light changed, I was leaving. I looked back and both boys were gone. When I got home, I was so freaked out that I thought they were going to show up at my door. Actually, I was, and I'm still pretty freaked out, being that this just happened a couple of days ago. I wanted to share this with anybody that understands, believes, or has ever had a similar experience. How does that make you feel, Mike?
Makes me feel like I just messed up the entire thing.
Why?
I had to cough. I have like a really bad cough right now. Black-eyed kids don't make me feel good at all. At all. But I do find it hilarious if every time you read something with black-eyed kids and you just take out the eyed, so it would just say black kids at the traffic light.
See, black kids at the traffic light wearing hoodie and blue jeans?
Yeah. How many times does it say black-eyed kids in that? Like a lot.
Just one.
Oh. Well, read that sentence without the eyed.
I never heard of black kids until I had my experience the other night and started doing my research.
That was worth the price of admission. Hickey Hojo, we've been doing this is our second week doing this. I think Sloth is gonna make this a regular thing doing this. With Sloth on Saturday nights. I hope so, because
I would like to.
you're gonna be better doing this alone than you are with me.
Get out of here.
Let me tell you that. I might bring.
We also have this, but we didn't use it.
We didn't even need it.
It's a real microphone, so you guys can hear us better.
I might bring the energy, but you bring the substance, and thank you for that.
Well, I can read. The storytelling is my thing.
Hickey Hojo, what I was trying to write in the chat room before I completely ruined it is that if you like anything or you have stories to contribute, thanks for coming. And if you go to slothandmoney.com, there's a wealth of information there, and there's a link to our Facebook group so you can join our community and submit stories or just kind of keep up with when the next show is going to be. Name is Hobo. We are actually in Hampton, Virginia. I don't know if you know where Hampton is. It's kind of like, I don't think it's well known, but we're near Virginia Beach in Norfolk. Norfolk would be the best landmark. We're like 20 minutes away from Norfolk. Yeah.
We're located between Richmond and Virginia Beach.
Why are you laughing?
Because the two fucking nearest cities to us are like.
I know, that's true.
Yeah, we live in a shithole.
Yeah, it was bad. That was a terrible cough. I can't believe we went 2 hours. I want you to know that I was gonna.
He just puts Virginia.
Yeah, I want you to know that I was gonna walk out at about the 25-minute mark.
Why?
I was this close to walking out.
I'm glad you didn't.
Because the computer didn't work, and
I'm glad but aren't you glad we stuck it out? Because now we have this.
We do have the Belt.com Paranormal, and I actually did have a good time.
There you go.
I ruined the first half of the
No,
show,
you
so
didn't.
thank you guys for sitting through that insanity.
Dude, is that guy still here? The other guy?
Yeah, thanks, man. He said he's gonna.
Yeah, if he does have one, he's a big military.
Hickey Hojo said he'll try to keep up with us. So we appreciate
we also
that.
have a shipyard.
We do.
That's like we actually have. Our shipyard has the biggest crane on the East Coast.
Why do you know this? Why do you know any of this?
It's actually the second biggest crane in the United States, I believe.
I feel like I'm getting sick. Fee, get ready. I'm getting sick. I'm coming home and I'm bringing it to you.
You mean Stick McDuck. Right.
You have anything you want to? Does anyone have anything they want to? Oh wow. Does anyone have anything they want to cover or mention before we go off air? Before we shut it down?
He said he grew up in North Carolina. He's fairly familiar with Virginia. And he's going to say, if I see you, I can dig up some Virginia-based... Yeah.
That would be cool, because if it's something close enough, we can actually maybe delve into it and travel there.
Especially the...
We got into the Bunnyman Bridge.
Well, okay.
It's not that far.
It is, though.
It's only 3 hours.
What?
We're driving to Boston.
You just spit all over my and your computer.
Yeah, but thankfully I spit more on my computer. We're driving to Boston. Yeah.
Hey, well, we're going to go to Boston. We can get gay married and shit, bro.
We could.
Oh, yeah, the idea for that game show. All right, so we have to get a very charismatic black guy.
Never.
And
I don't know anyone.
Yeah, I don't know who could do that. And then we have to get a white guy who's very devilish. And
again, I don't know.
And here's the premise of the show. At the start of the show, they spin a giant wheel with I don't know, maybe 10 slots, and each of the slots has like their faces equally like on like say it'll be white guy, black guy, white guy, black guy, like all around the wheel. Spin the wheel, and whoever it lands on is the host for that night. And the devilish white guy always has retarded, like ridiculously hard, like challenges, and then the other guy has the black guy has a bunch of fun challenges, and then like the prizes are different for each of them. Like maybe the prizes are really good if you get the white guy, but if you get the black guy, the prizes suck. Or if you get the black guy, the prizes are really good. You get the white guy, all the challenges are hard.
That is insane.
Is it not like the most ridiculous? I had this at work today, and I was like, dude, this would be so awesome.
That's interesting. But what if we take the idea of the wheel and put that into Mike versus Vic or Sloth versus the money, and then you put all of our challenges on the wheel, and you spin the wheel, and that's how we
spin the
our
wheel,
make the deal.
Make the deal.
They want to know.
That would be awesome.
If we could broadcast from a haunted or paranormal area.
You know where we could?
Crawford
Road.
And then we go to jail. That's a good idea, though. Or Bunnyman Bridge. Dude,
see, I'm glad you guys showed up and are giving us like.
Thank you for making
yes,
us.
we will be streaming next Saturday.
Well, you will, because next Saturday I will be at the Backstreet Boy concert in Burgettstown, Pennsylvania.
Burgettstown.
I've never even heard of it before.
Is it Burgettstown?
I don't know. Okay. I have no idea. It's 7 hours away, 7.5 hours away, and it's west. But that's where I'll be. What's this? Oh, did someone just join?
Yeah.
Dude, I think
that's him.
Dude, thank you for joining the group. That's so cool. Wow.
Wow, it's slowly coming, guys.
No, dude, the fact that people join, period, that's cool. Thank you. It really does warm my heart to think, like, I don't think that this has been the best performance I've ever given, but the fact that someone's listening to my voice and is joining a group that I co-founded.
I think the worst part is we're so, like, underexperienced as opposed to these people. And they give us like all these resources.
I think all of the people that are watching and contributing should have their own shows.
Exactly, that's my thing.
I don't
know why they're watching us.
Hobo, you should do this.
Yes, Fort Monroe is haunted. That's why I was just covering earlier.
I think that Hobo should have his own show. I'm always upset.
Yeah, no, Hobo should have his and fucking Hickey Hojo. I don't know anything about you, but you'd probably be better than us.
Fee, I think the Mike and Fee show is gonna have its pilot episode soon.
I think you guys really need to do it.
Because Fee is like me, she's an ass. Sometimes she puts on pants and breaks them with her ass.
What?
Yeah. So if the Mike and Fee pilot show happens, that would be fun. I'm looking forward to this Boston trip. I think something really creepy is going to happen to us.
I don't think it is.
I think it is.
I don't think it is.
Because I'm going to make sure we get. I'm not going to book a good hotel. I'm going to book.
Get the fuck out. We will get a good hotel.
No, we're not.
I'm gonna get the $25 hotel.
I'm going to book some shanty with.
Well, you can do that. I'm going to get the good hotel.
Well, then you're going to miss out.
Train back to Hampton.
You're going to miss out. I bet all the superstars are going to go where I'm going.
If I wasn't poor, I'd offer to try and do a video from Area 51. Could you imagine?
That would be amazing. Don't. Oof.
Do it right on there on the outskirts. There's also this new Area 52. I don't know if you heard about this.
Is it really? No.
Yeah. Area 51 apparently is just a cover-up for the Area 52, the better one, where the actual stuff happens.
Huh.
We can cover that sometime. You can't afford the tech. You know what I bought? A laptop, buddy.
When did you buy a laptop?
I didn't.
Oh, you got it for Christmas, right?
Yeah, I got it for Christmas.
I bought a laptop for
I bought my dad a phone today.
When I bought this laptop,
we're running over so hard.
Well, we're just shooting the shit now.
We are. That's what you're supposed to do. This is part of marketing.
When I bought the laptop, the only reason I bought it, it was like the night that Ultimate Warrior died. We were watching like QVC. It was before he died, or before I found out. And they're like, yeah, it has this and that, and this and that. I'm like, oh wow, it's got that much RAM. And they're like, it's so fast, and it's a dual-core processor. And I was looking at it, I'm like, that's a really good price. And like the next day, I'm like, I'm buying it. I am buying it. So I bought it, and I was like, I got home, and I waited for like 2 weeks, and the laptop finally came, and you know how excited you get when you open something up, and I started using it. I'm like, why the fuck did I buy this? What the fuck did I need a new laptop for? I have one right here. I have 3 of them in the closet. What the fuck?
Wait, why do you have so many laptops?
Because my mom doesn't know how to use technology, so she'll buy. That's creeping me out. So she'll buy a laptop, and then she'll get rid of it, or she'll break it. Inevitably, invariably, she breaks them so that I'm left with them. That's what happens. Make a show happen. Forgive me. What's that? Can't afford. No. I think you could. You don't need much. You can do it now with like a digital voice recorder. They have the USB and you don't have to pay too much for them.
Or
I
you
think
just
they're
use
like,
your phone.
yeah, or even your phone. They're like $30.
Jeez.
You know what we could do? Maybe we could mail you something that you could do a show with.
Dulce down in New Mexico supposedly has a bunch of weird things happen. Let's make a note. Well, it'll be in the comments, so we don't even need to make a note of that.
Yeah, I know. I was doing that last
Bing
episode,
bong,
but
right here.
this is really cool. Yeah, you're gonna be. So you're gonna be streaming next Saturday? So I guess we'll pre-record our favorite horror movies and stuff for Friday the 13th, and that will air on Friday the 13th. You guys saved the show. You kept the show on the rails. Let me tell you, this has been insane. I was so ready to leave.
I know you were.
You had one job to do, Mike. Well, fuck off, motherfucker. If I didn't get the stories right and the fucking goddamn computer decided it was going to crap out on me, that's not my fault. I didn't tell the computer, hey, shut down while you're trying to load the stories. I didn't tell the computer to do that. It wasn't my idea. I came here turned up. I was ready to deliver the fucking performance of my lifetime. This was my time to shine. And the computer went fucking shit. And this fucking goddamn thing is creeping the shit out of me. And he fucking just dealt with my bullshit all fucking night long. I had fucking a gallon of coffee today. I'm ready to go. Wow, I can run a mile right now. I can fucking run a mile.
I got the bike, so.
My point is that I'm thankful that everyone stayed for this. So thank you. Here. Put that on. T-shirt's too tight, too.
Billy.
Book a match with me.
Terrible.
I think I broke these fucking glasses.
Oh no! You
Broke the fucking glass. Hold. I just got that goddamn case. Hold this. Your t-shirt's too tight, too belly.
They're not even that broken. It just fell out.
It fell out. I missed it. Get the fuck out of here. I'll pick that up next time.
He said, sorry guys, I missed that last minute or so.
You missed nothing. I went nuts. You're
You're
better off.
You alright, man?
This is what's left of my glasses.
I want to see how thick you're working with it.
I'm fine.
It's not that bad.
You have any closing thing to say?
No.
What are you laughing
Here's
about?
your phone.
Fuck that.
You dropped your phone and almost broke your phone. While you
Did
tried
you
to
see
break
the picture of the thing that happened to my phone? My phone got melted the other day.
Oh, yeah, no, you sent it to me.
Oh
You sent
my
it to me.
god. So, close the show.
In closing, thank you for showing up, guys. Man, this...
Don't you have to work?
Yeah, I gotta go at 8.
Dude.
What?
It's 2:30. What are you
I
doing?
don't give a fuck. My job's ass now. I don't give a fuck anymore. I don't care. I can't wait to get fired. Sometimes I just want to die. I get fired.
Close the show.
Okay. Back to Dollar Tree.
He said he's definitely tuning in next Saturday.
Awesome.
I hate to say, but I won't be here next Saturday. So, Sloth, you got to carry the show next Saturday now.
God damn it.
You got to carry it. You got to drink as much coffee as I drink
Can't
tonight.
drink, you know I'm allergic to caffeine.
That means nothing to them.
I can't drink caffeine because it'll kill me.
They need to be entertained. You better start drinking it. If that was my glass, for my glasses,
What the fuck are my glasses?
close the show
All right.
before the cops come.
Thanks, guys. We'll be here next Saturday. Hickey Jojo, Nameless Hobo.
Fear in a combo. Happy birthday!
Dude, they all fucking rhyme.
They do.
And then you got Sloth and Money. Who's the first guy? Virus.
Andre. I don't know if he's still here, but if he sees us again, thanks for
Andre
coming.
Huber and
The guy with the baby. I love the guy with the baby.
who's the first guy? I can't remember. Virus Install, I think.
What a great
Virus.
name. And if the people on fucking X,
Yeah.
fuck off.
Are you upset? Why are you upset?
If you came from X tonight, I'm not talking about you, but everyone else can fuck off on X. I didn't tell the computer to shit itself. Which it did.
You had one job, Mike.
Vintage mic. I got your vintage mic. I'm about to bullhammer this goddamn laptop. I'm fine. I'm not mad. It's the caffeine. You thought you were gonna have a good night? Oh, I've got some bad news. Bro!
You dropped
I
your
dropped
phone
the fucking phone. This is
All right.
Where'd
Cool.
it go?
again.
I
Hey,
got it.
yeah, thank you. He said smoke crack. She said have a good night, and he said he'll keep posting anything. Thanks. Do you have our email? We'll float you our email. I think you have it or something.
He said smoke crack.
Yeah,
Dude, if you can't drink caffeine, that's what you should do.
that's actually a good idea.
We here at Sloth and Money don't advocate the use of drugs, but
I
fuck.
do.
If you got a podcast to do, extenuating
Sometimes you gotta smoke
circumstances.
All right, guys.
Good night. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
For real.
For reals. Hold on, we can go back to Brighton so they can see our beautiful faces. Look how white I am and look how black you are.
That's still that. I'm caramel.
Look how terrifying that is.
That delay still creeps me out every time.